to Darling Stadium. Tonight, the Phoebus Phantoms open up their home schedule here for the 2006 campaign of the Peninsula District schedule against the Warriors of Kecoughtan. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe, Brent Musgrove, and Bob Killen here in the booth. Welcome, everybody. Paul,
how are you,
welcome
Mike?
to the crew.
Well, thank you. Good to be here. I'm looking forward to a great season and a good time with you in the booth.
Well, this should work out to be a pretty good game here after the last couple of weeks and the wins that both of these two teams started off the season. Kecoughtan impressive with their opening game with a new coach.
And against Nansemond River, a tough team from the south side. Kecoughtan seemed to handle them quite well. They lost or had 6 fumbles. They only lost 1 of them, but they were able to recover, had a good running game. And were able to win that game with a small team, I think.
46-14 was the final outcome on that game. And I tell you what we'll do. We'll pass it down on the field where Brent Musgrove has the coach of the Kecoughtan Warriors, Glenn Tidwell.
Thanks, Mike. Down here with Coach Glenn Tidwell of the Kecoughtan Warriors. First, congratulations on the head coaching position. Welcome to the Hampton side of the Peninsula District. Nice to have you aboard.
Thank you very much. It's good to be a Warrior. I was really excited about getting the job.
Well, thanks to that. Not only that, you had a great opening, good 40 points on the board, great defense, 300 yards of offense in your first game. Now we got Phoebus tonight. Could be a completely different thing, but I want to know from your point of view what you see.
Well, I mean, they're a really, talented team. They're quick and real physical, and we've got to match that. We've got to come off the ball hard and hit them just as hard as they hit us. So, both sides, I think it's going to be a hard-fought ball game.
We were noticing your defense set up with 5 linebackers. Do we expect to see a lot of stunning tonight, or is that part of the plan, or am I asking too much?
You'll see some people moving around. That's what it's made for, is to keep the offense off balance and not know who the offensive linemen are to block. So, we'll send people from time to time, but I'm counting on my speed to hopefully make a lot of plays.
Last thing I'm really curious, great article in the paper about Earl Peoples, you quarterback that you brought in. Great athlete, 136 yards in his first game. Didn't see much passing, 1 for 4. You expect that opportunity to arise tonight if it has to?
Well, he can throw the ball, and we've got guys that can catch it if we need to. So if we need to throw it, we'll throw it. We're not scared to throw it. It just happened to be that we were able to run the ball with Nansemond River and didn't really have to rely on the pass. So, and it was a wet night, so that made it even, easier for us to make that decision. So,
well, Coach, good luck. I want to thank you very much for coming down and joining us. I want to take you any further time, and good luck with tonight's game. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Brent. Well, we'll talk a little bit about Phoebus. The Phantoms, last year's reigning Peninsula District champions, went into the regional semifinals, defeated a Maury team who they defeated 2 weeks ago as their opener. And I think it was like 49-48 in that neighborhood. It was a real high-scoring game that came down to pretty close to the last game. Then a couple of weeks ago, they opened up their season against Maury again and took that game 25-13. So what we'll do now is we'll pass it back down to the field as Brent now has Coach Bill D of the Phoebus Phantoms.
Thanks again, Mike. I'm here with Coach Bill D, Phoebus Phantoms. First, congratulations on last year's Peninsula District Championship. Into another year. I think this is your 27th. Is that correct?
It's quite a few. I don't count anymore.
Give up on that. Listen, got to look a little bit at your first game. A lot of yardage. You got some good size out there on your team. As they say about you and a couple other coaches around here, you don't rebuild, you reload. Got some good size in that backfield. Tell us a little bit about it, if you will.
Well, we have some experience back in that backfield. Dennis Mathis, ran for 1,000 yards last year. Haroon Brown had a great season. He really finished up strong. So, that was where most of our experience was coming into the season. And, they carried the load for us in the first game.
Well, it was quite a game with the billing, that rematch with Maury, and it was nice to see a Peninsula District team as we expected to come out like you did. Lost a passer last year. Didn't do much passing 2 weeks ago. Is that capability there? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. If you need it, so far it didn't look like you need it.
Well, Taj is a sophomore. He's got a lot of ability. We're just trying to bring him along at a pace where we don't have to put too much on his shoulders all at once. That's going to come. We hope he can do a little more tonight and, build on it from game to game. But he's got a lot of ability, and, we're going to expect him to eventually, carry the load a little more with the experience.
Well, go back to Phoebus' standard defense. They're always strong. Everybody said you had to reload your line. I was just looking at the size of it. You got 1,250 pounds and 5 down linemen.
Well, actually, our defensive line is one of our stronger points. We had most of those guys back. The secondary, we lost all our starters, so that was, and going into that Maury game, they like to throw. So, but we held up. We still got a long way to go, but they're great kids and they're working hard.
Well, Coach, good luck. I thank you very much. Looking forward to tonight's game and for the rest of the season. And thanks again for coming over to talk to us. Mike, as you can see, a running game coming tonight. I'll send it back up to you, pal. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Brent. Okay, tonight's game is brought to you by Zoom Sitco with locations throughout the peninsula and by Subway located at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Great subs, salads, and wraps. And in part by Eric Thompson, Realtor. And call Eric, buy or sell a home or property, call 881-2004. And by Parkline Wood Funeral Home located at 2551 North Armstead Avenue. Nancy Staten is the manager. And what we're going to do now is we're going to send it down to the field where the referee is going to tell you who won the coin toss. Maybe he didn't cut it on. There's Coach Bill D. The Phoebus Phantoms won the toss, folks, and has deferred to the second half. So Kecoughtan will receive, and they will be defending the west end zone here at Darling Stadium. So the Phantoms will kick off to start off as Andy puts up the starting lineups. We'll give them to you. Here we go.
Here we go. On offense, the running back, Isaiah Shepard, number 1. The quarterback, Earl Peoples. The tight end, Charles Chivas, number 6. The wide receiver, Dakota Mathis, number 9. Running back, Derek Mayo, number 10. Tight end, Ryan Suedo, number 12. Wide receiver, Travis McBride, number 33. Outside offensive line, Chris. And I'm going to have to pass on that one. Leofow, number 55. Lineman Calvin Ruffin, number 56. Lineman Tyler Patton, number 60. Lineman Patrick Amick, number 71.
And that is your offensive starters. And
that's your starting lineup for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
As soon as he puts up the defense for the Phantoms, we'll go ahead and show those to you real quick as we are getting set for the opening kickoff here. First home game of the year, and there goes your defense.
Here's a defense for the Phoebus Phantoms. Safety Desmond Barnes, number 2. Outside linebacker Aaron Hawkins, number 5. Defensive end Landon Givens, number 7. Outside linebacker Nathaniel Motley, number 8. Corner Derek Davenport, number 9. Inside linebacker Darius McMillan, number 11. Inside linebacker Haroon Brown, number 32. Defensive end Alandis Boggs, number 44. Defensive tackle Dominique Davenport, number 62. Defensive tackle Maurice Hampton, number 75. Corner 84, Reed Evans.
And there is the kickoff by number 95. That is Matt Cole. Running the ball back is number 9 for the Warriors, Dakota Mathis, and he gets a great run back as he gets the ball all the way down to the Phantoms. That looks like the 39-yard line, where the Kecoughtan Warriors will start here on offense. 1st and 10 against the Phantoms.
Good run back for the Kecoughtan Warriors. Finally pushed out of bounds by Donnell Dixon, number 12 of Phoebus, but that's a good run back.
Looks like they put it back on the 41. That's where they spot it. 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
And we'll see how that new offense does right here, Mike, against the defense for the Phoebus Phantoms.
The Phoebus Phantoms average of 40 pounds per man?
More than the Warriors.
And so the Warriors are going to have to rely strictly on speed. That's a handoff up the middle, and he is swamped under.
Like that handoff came close to being taken by a phantom defender there.
That was number 10, Derek Mayo, as he is going to lose, looks like, a yard on the play. Second down and 11 now for the Warriors. Ball resting at the 42-yard line of Phoebus. Peoples takes the snap, rolls out here to the near side of the field, and looks like he's going to be brought down about a half a yard shy of the line of scrimmage. He loses about a half a yard. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 12 now for the Warriors.
Phoebus bringing their inside linebackers on that play. Mike got in there real quick, dropped the Warriors for another loss. Kecoughtan's going to have to really get off that line quick and do some pushing and shoving and use their speed, or it's going to be a long night for them.
Again, 3rd down now, 12 to go for the Warriors at the Phoebus Phantom 43-yard line. Peoples under center. Takes the snap. There goes a handoff, it looks like, to Isaiah Shepard. He may have got a yard on the play. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 11 for the Warriors.
Dominique Davenport, number 62, made that stop coming in on a blitz.
Number 17, Philip Alejandro. I'll get that one sooner or later. Is in now to punt for the Warriors.
Philip Alejandro, he comes in after his brother Nicholas Alejandro. The Alejandro family been punters and kickers for the Warriors for several years now. Yeah, to pick up that number, looks like number 1 back there. But I don't see a number 1, so number 7.
Number 7 is back.
7.
Takes the ball at the 10 off of the bounce and gets about 3 yards on the play. And that was Landon Givers on the return. Yes, sir. Here we go with the offensive starters for the Phoebus Phantoms.
On offense, Landon Givens is the tight end, number 7. Number 10, Taj Boyd, the quarterback. Number 12, Donnell Dixon, the split end. Number 27, Dennis Mathis, the tailback. Number 32, Haroon Brown, the fullback. Number 51, Charlie Jones, the tackle. Number 55, Robbie Davis in center. Number 58, Terry Lyles at guard. Number 62, Dominique Davenport at tackle. Number 75, Maurice Hampton at guard. And number 84, Reed Evans at flanker. And there you have the Phoebus offense.
And we'll give you the starters on the defense for Kecoughtan in just a second. That is a handoff to number 27. That is Dennis Mathis on the 1st down play for the Phantoms. Let's go ahead and bring up the defense there.
Defense. Back, number 1, Isaiah Shepard. The other back, number 6, Charles Chivas. Linebacker, William Tate, number 7. Linebacker, number 8, Todd Milner. Linebacker, number 9, Dakota Mathis. Linebacker, number 10, Derek Mayo. Linebacker, number 11, Donald Outlaw. In, number 12, Ryan Suedo. Back, 33, Travis McBride. At the other end, Adam Pillman, number 44, and the nose guard, number 56, Calvin Ruffin. And, Mike, this is a defense that we're going to look at today because it's an interesting defense. Kecoughtan is going with 3 down linemen, and as you noticed in the lineup, 5 linebackers.
I believe that was Haroon Brown on the carry. That carry was good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 now for the Phantoms at their own 25-yard line.
Talk about a line difference. The Kecoughtan defense averaging 185 pounds per man out there.
This is Mathis off the left side. And he is gathered up pretty hard there at the 30-yard line, gain of about 4 on that sweep.
Anthony Dorsey, number 5, making the stop for the Warriors. Kecoughtan is going to have to be quick. They're going to have to get to the running back. As we said, they are outweighed on the line. 185, the average for Kecoughtan on offense for the Phantoms, 223 pounds per man.
That's a 3-yard gain out to the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for the Phantoms. Boyd Anderson.
Dragged down from behind by number 11, Donald Outlaw.
And off to Mathis up the middle for about 5 yards, a little bit more than that. That's going to bring up a short. Should be a third down. It is third down and just over a yard to go. Now just shy of the 35-yard line.
3rd and 1. Board shows 3 and 2, but it's about 3rd and 1.
Oh, I think I said a little over 1, so that's
You're pretty close.
I'm close enough.
Close enough.
There's a handoff again to, looks like Haroon Brown up the middle. He breaks the tackle and gets outside to the Phantoms' 48-yard line.
He's kind of tripped up by Charles Chivas, who was blocked by a Phoebus lineman or player.
Gain of 12 on the play. That's a first down for the Phantoms out to their own 47-yard line. Let's see, where did they put it? 48. 48 is where they set it down. 1st and 10, so the Phantoms driving here, pretty successful, and their line is definitely showing the weight here so far.
And Haroon Brown, 245 pounds, coming out of the backfield, is going to push some people out of the way himself.
Boyd bobbles the snap but gets it back and it has enough tenacity to get the ball out and gain, looks like about 3 yards on the play. Ball's going to be set down at the Warrior 49-yard line.
Mike, he almost lost that ball. Play almost dissolved right there. He was able to pick up some yardage on that. Calvin Ruffin, number 56, helped make the stop for the Warriors.
Gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 for the Phantoms. Here we are in the pretty much the middle of September, right dead on, being that it's the 15th. September the 15th, 2006. The Phoebus Phantoms hosting the Kecoughtan Warriors here. Second game of the year for both teams. Both teams won their openers. Mathis on a sweep gets back to about the line of scrimmage as he's dragged out of bounds and no gain.
Good pursuit there by Donald Outlaw, number 11 on the Warriors. Got help from number 33, Travis McBride.
Looks like Ryan Suedo came all the way across the field to be involved in that one also.
Here's a replay on it. You see him coming toward the near side of the field. You can see the pursuit by number 11, Ronald Outlaw. And
that was
right
Suedo and about 4 other players that were there. Had that one covered pretty good. Gain of a yard there from Mathis. It's going to be a 3rd down and 6. Ball resting at the Warriors' 48-yard line. 5:18 remaining on a running clock. There's a first pass. It's actually a lateral. That was behind the line. Looks like he's going to come up about a yard short of the first down.
He's brought down by the Warriors, number 9, Dakota Mathis. Here's a replay on that.
That was Reed Evans on the reception, number 84. Nice little flare pass out to the flat. Going to be about 2 yards shy as they set the ball down on the 44-yard line. Timeout is called by the Phantoms.
So we're going to have our first break here.
Nice start here as we start our 2006 Peninsula District campaign with a good matchup between a couple of good teams. You got the Phoebus Phantoms, like Brent said earlier, a team that reloaded. And you've got a team like Kecoughtan that seems to be in kind of a rebuilding mode. They have a lot of youth, and they're not big, and so they're going to have to rely solely on their speed and athleticism to be able to get their, to be able to do well this year as they defeat the Phoebus Phantoms along with the Hampton Crabbers. They just seem to always be loading up.
And Kecoughtan is not so much, well, it's a reloading affair for them or a redeveloping, but with the new coach,
a whole new scheme.
With Glenn Tidwell, they've got a whole new style of football to play here. So we'll see how Kecoughtan develops throughout the year. They did well in that first game.
Well, we talked about that first game. 40? What was it, 46 points?
46 points.
They scored and had 6 fumbles. Of course, they only lost 1, but they and there's the old trick play.
That play never works.
Oh, yeah?
And here it does.
There's only 2 teams that I know of that are very successful at running that, and that is Phoebus and Hampton. They always seem to be able to do that.
And, folks, what we're talking about here, when you got 4th down and a few yards to go or short.
Well, I didn't hear him. Did you hear him?
I didn't hear him on there, but what he was saying was offside. Or you get out there with a yard to go, and you try and stagger your count so the other team, you draw the other team off sides, and 9 times out of 10 it never works. And
well, in high school, all you have to do is pass that, get into that neutral zone. It's an automatic penalty. They don't allow them to jump back and forth. Hand off to Mathis up the middle for about 4 yards off the right side.
What, Kecoughtan's beginning to swarm on defense over there, I can tell you that. Number 8, Todd Milner, along with 3 or 4 others, were in on that one. Here's a replay on it.
Here goes Mathis off the side. Nice gain down to close to the 35-yard line. Gain of 4. We'll make it 2nd down and 6 for the Phantoms. Nice drive to take the opening kickoff as they started back near the 20-yard line. They're now up to the Kecoughtan 35 and still going. 2nd down and 6. Boyd under center. Hand off again to Mathis, right straight up the middle. Nice tackle after a pickup of 4 yards down to the 31-yard line.
And Kecoughtan sending some of those inside linebackers. Phoebus doing a good job of picking them up on the line. Here comes the replay on this.
That was Adam Pittman that got the tackle on that one.
You see him go right on by some of those linebackers as they come through quickly.
3rd down and 2 now with the ball sitting right on the 31-yard line. They were not successful on that last 3rd down. They went on 4th down, or the handoff, it looks like to Brown. He may have got too close to the 30-yard line, but he's short of the 1st down. And that will bring up a 4th down, and they're pushing it all the way back to where the line of scrimmage was. I thought he got close to the 30. So they set it back down at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 2. So the Phantoms will go, looks like, on 4th down here. Haroon Brown and Mathis in the backfield. Boyd under center. Taking bets that Brown gets the ball. Now if he pitches it to Mathis outside, it's going to be close.
It's going to be real close over
Depends
there.
on where they mark it at, and it looks like they're marking it right on the 30. And if that's the case, he's short.
He's calling it Kecoughtan 1st down.
Kecoughtan Warriors have held on a 4th down and 2 at their own 30.
Watch this replay. He take it to the far side of the field.
Let's see where he went out. And that is a good call. You can see where his foot was. It depends on where the ball was, but he marked it there. He marked it right on the 30-yard line. So Kecoughtan will take over their first possession.
Their speed paid off on that one, Mike.
Got outside. And I was surprised. I really thought that they would hand that ball up the middle to Haroon Brown.
Well, it's early in the game. They're probably going to try a few things, but I think you're right. With the way the line has been pushing Kecoughtan's defense around, they could have picked up the yardage with Brown. But we'll see what happens next time.
So the Warriors take over at their own 30. 3 wideouts, 2 in the backfield. There's a handoff up the middle. And to be honest with you, I can't see who he handed it off to. We will let you know. Looks like number 1 is the player that got the ball, and that is Isaiah Shepard. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
He stopped by Landis Beggs, number 44, along with Maurice Hampton, number 75. And we'll talk a little bit more about Maurice Hampton later, Mike. He's a hot item. I believe he's a senior and got several colleges looking at him.
Suedo is out wide to the left. I believe that is Travis McBride wide to the right here. And here is a handoff to number 6, Charles Chavis, and he gets out. Oh, nice tackle. I tell you, he'd have got a lot of yards if he had gotten away from that one.
That was actually Earl Peoples, Mike. That was a busted play. Purple Peoples went back to hand it off. Something went wrong. We'll watch it on the replay here. He never was able to make the transfer. He ends up with the ball. He's as surprised as anybody. Tries to go to the outside. They turn him back toward the other side of the field.
I thought it was number 6 that had the ball. My mistake.
He's finally brought down by number 62, Dominique Davenport.
Can't fool the camera, folks.
Good crew out there working. They followed that all the way.
Great job. Great job by the slow motion people, I'm telling you.
I like the look of Earl Peoples when he realized, I got it.
Mike Nowinski, great job. Back to pass. Oh, nice. Yeah, I believe he completed it. He did. I don't think he's going to get the mark that he should have got, but that was completed to number 33 out here, Travis McBride.
Charlie Smith, number 15, a senior, was defending on the play.
Let's see where
he took it right out of his hands.
Well, let's see. Let's see where they mark it. He's on about the 42.
Way. From here, it looks like the 42, and they
look
put
where
it
they marked it.
The 40.
They put it on just outside the 39-yard line, so they took away at least 3 yards on that play.
I think they're going with where the ball was rather than where his feet were or his knees when he came down. Unless his knees carried him back.
It's a 4th down now for the Alejandro back air in punt formation. Back to receive, I believe, is number 7, Landon Givers. There's the snap. Almost blocked, and the kicker was run into, but the referee didn't call it. There's Givers. Takes the ball at about the 26, gets it to about the 32. So we'll give him about 6 yards on the return.
Brought down by Todd Milner of Kecoughtan, number 8. Kecoughtan got down there very quick on that.
I'll tell you what, the Kecoughtan coaching staff over there, they thought he was roughed, at least run into. They should have at least had a 5-yard penalty. And I guarantee you that's what the coaching staff and Glenn Tidwell over there is saying.
I have to admit that I wasn't watching. I was following the ball on that one, so I'll take your word for that one.
Maybe our crew may have gotten a nice little replay on that particular play. But guess what? We are already at the end of the first quarter of play.
And that went by quick.
No score. Well, when you only have one pass or 2 passes in the entire first quarter,
and
one from each team.
One penalty?
And that's correct. So we got no score here at the end of one between the Phoebus Phantoms and the Kecoughtan Warriors.
We're at Darling Stadium in Hampton, Virginia, opening the Peninsula District season, and this is WHCS Channel 46, where you're going to get all the football we can give you this year. No score, Phoebus and Kecoughtan. 2 teams coming off victories in their opening games of the season. And, of course, Phoebus, maybe a little expected, maybe not. At the time, Phoebus ranked number 4 in the Tidewater area, playing a team that was ranked number 8. A team they played last year, as Mike, you said earlier in the broadcast, they beat them 49-48 by 1 point. Handled them pretty well.
Well, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors this year.
We got some good ones.
Zooms, again, after buku years. I mean, we're proud to have David Allen and Zoom sponsoring us again this year. Zoom supports the student athletes in Hampton City Schools. Also, the Subway at 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Order the box lunch or party platter special for your next group meeting or gathering. Locally owned and operated in the Buckrow Beach area. Your choice of mouth-watering ingredients and sub salad or a wrap. And I'm going to tell you something. That group of people are great to us because they supply us with our dinner before the game.
And it is good.
Lots of sandwiches.
And that's an understatement. And I know you had 4 or 5
cookies,
of them, and I had 2. Several of them.
We're talking about food, and they want us to broadcast the game.
Here's that play.
Here's that last play. Handed off, it looks like, to Mathis. Nice little carry out to their own 41-yard line. Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1 for the Phantoms.
Phoebus on the move once again.
Handed off to Haroon Brown. Gets about 5 on the play and a 1st down.
Roon. Todd Milner, number 8, getting in there and wrapping up the legs on Haroon. Haroon's a big boy.
1st and 10 for the Phantoms.
Pounds.
We're at the beginning of the second quarter play. No score here at Darling Stadium. Phoebus Phantoms 1-0 in the season against the Kecoughtan Warriors, also 1-0. Both teams opened up against non-conference teams from the south side of the Tidewater area and came away, both of them, with victories. Hand off to Mathis. He makes a nice move.
Nice cut.
We could have him. He's gone here. Nobody's going to touch him all the way in. That is 56 yards for Mr. Mathis. And the first touchdown of the game as the Phantoms will jump out early here in the second period of play, 6-0.
And the first score in the season for WHCS Channel 46 broadcasts. Where you're going to get all the sports we're going to give you. And more if we can give you more. That was a nice run, Mike. I'm a little surprised. I don't want to say shocked. I would have thought with Kecoughtan's speed, they would have been able to get outside or possibly catch up with him, but not even close.
Well, the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. The extra point was kicked by Matt Cole out of the hold of the quarterback, Hodge Boyd.
And, Mike, right on our screen here, you see a young man in the little yellow shirt there. That is the mayor of Hampton, Mr. Ross Carney. Ross Carney taught at Phoebus High School.
Here is a replay of the touchdown run by Mr. Mathis.
Now watch him make this cut and get outside, and here's where you figure the speed of Kecoughtan is going to get him, and he just blows right by him, and once he gets that open ground, there's no way they're going to touch him.
56 yards on the play. 7-0 here at Darling Stadium. The Phantoms out in front of the Warriors.
The Warriors about to get the ball, and Mike, in the first quarter, Kecoughtan had 3 yards rushing and 6 yards passing. So they're going to have to put some more numbers behind those if they're going to get near the end zone.
Like Isaiah Shepard and Dominique Collier deep for the Warriors. Kicking off for the Phantoms is number 95, Matt Cole, after getting the extra point. 7-0 Phoebus. We have, looks like 10:50 to go.
10:50.
Here in the second period of play, there's the kick. Down to Hollier at the 10. Gets out to the 20, still going, battling his way outside of the 25, near the 27.
Mike, he slipped about 3 tackles to pick up another 2 or 3 yards. Good effort by the Warrior runner. Here we'll have the replay on that. You'll see him take it on the far side at just about the 10-yard line. He'll take it across the 15, comes up to the 20. There you see him, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was Dakota Mathis, number 9. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that we have our replay cameras, man. They zoom right up in there, and they get that really good, you know.
That's because we have the best cameraman around.
Mike Nowinski does a great job on the slow-mo, too, so it makes it a lot easier for us old folks to see those numbers.
And speaking about who sees, my buddy Mike Hauser here with LASIK surgery.
Timeout. Kecoughtan.
Whoa, we got it working. We heard it. We got that one. I think the whole stadium heard that one. All right. Timeout Kecoughtan.
Yeah, something new this year, folks. If you're going to be out at Darling Stadium, they're wiring the referees so that when they announce one of the infractions, you'll be able to hear them not just on the TV when we do the games, but also throughout the stadium. And that's the first time tonight we've been able to hear it. They only had 1 penalty.
He was supposed to have it on during the pregame coin toss so we could hear it, but I don't know whether he forgot to cut it on or whether or not we had a technical problem. Either way, we didn't hear it, but we definitely heard it on that one.
And let's hope it keeps up. I like that idea.
Man, let me tell you something.
There was any technical problem there. I think maybe they might have forgotten that.
All you got to do is talk a little bit about a technical problem, and Don's right there, folks.
And we have one of the best technical technicians that you can get. And I would say that money could buy, but I don't think we pay him, so he does a fantastic job.
Here we go. There's a handoff up the middle. Looks like that is to Shepard, number 1. He's going to pick up maybe about 3 yards on the play outside the 31-yard line.
Darius McMillan, number 11, got him around the ankles and brought him down. 2nd
down and 7 for the Warriors. They need to come back and answer that touchdown here on this drive.
Well, they just need to get some consistency up there. They need to make some moves on that line.
Well, I personally thought they had a first down right here, right close to us that last time they had the ball, but the referees pulled it back 3 yards from where actually I thought he caught the ball. Either way, now we got a problem. That one's trouble for Kecoughtan because it looks like
that's going to be picked up by Nathaniel Motley, number 8 for Phoebus.
As the pitch out was just a bit high.
Now, I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but he looked a little unsure of himself here and no confidence in what he was doing.
Well, the pitch was to Shepard, and Shepard didn't even have a chance because the ball was zipped by his head, actually. He was lucky to even get a hand on the ball. Either way, the Warriors have the first turnover as they lose this one to the Phantoms, and the Phantoms take over 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan, look like 28-yard line. Here's a pitch to Mathis on a sweep to the right side. He's met at the 24-yard line. He maybe got another yard, and then he went right back the other way.
He sure did. Hit first by Charles Chivas, and then Todd Milner really got into him there to knock him back.
So his forward progress puts him down at the 23-yard line.
Here comes the replay on that. You'll see
watch him
number
get hit.
6 get in, and then watch number 8 come into your screen here. Boom. He's not going anywhere.
2nd down and 5 now for the Phantoms as they are driving left to right as we see it here at Darlin Stadium.
Which would be west to east.
West to east towards the east end zone.
Looked like a scrum there, didn't it?
Again, handoff to Mathis. He gets down near the 20-yard line. Looks like he's going to pick up about 4. That'll leave him a yard short. 3rd down and 1 for the Phantoms.
Mathis had about 89 yards as of a couple of plays ago. He's
got
probably,
that many, well, of course,
he had that long touchdown run there.
That 56-yard run will add
a lot
up quick.
to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, and we'll find out here shortly, he's got either 100 or pretty close to 100.
And here we are with
8:33 left in the second quarter.
There goes Baroon up the middle. It's inside the 15 down near the 14. That's good for the first down as the Phantoms offensive line seems to be opening up some pretty good sized holes there. Of course, when you're playing with 5 linebackers, it doesn't take a lot to get a hole at that point.
No, it doesn't, Mike. And Phoebus does seem to have found their rhythm here. Their linemen are coming off the ball real quick. They've only got 3 down linemen they need to worry about. So they're getting that little extra push to get out to those backers there, which is giving their running backs a yard or 2 extra.
There goes Brown again up the middle near the 10. He's going to pick up close to 4 on that one. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Phantoms. They got a 2nd down and 6.
Phoebus just grinding the ball through now.
Well, as long as they can continue to do that, there's no need to stop it. You just keep right on going. And one of the things that Brent talked to Bill D about was the passing aspect of their game. And as long as you can run, you don't need to pass. Of course, you got to throw it in there sooner or later.
Well, they've thrown one already.
Yeah.
And they can turn that throw into a run as long as they make it a short pass, swing pass, or a lateral like we saw.
Mathis with a handoff up the middle is working his way to the near side.
Ooh.
A couple of Kecoughtan players went a tumbling. That was looks like Suedo, one of them. But he gets the ball down inside the 10, down near the 7. Let's look at that
Watch
again.
this replay here. Looked like Ryan Suedo, number 12. Looked like number 52, and I don't have a name for him. Number 33 was in there. 52 is the one I don't have a name for, and I apologize if you're watching the game. But we don't have a name for number 52, but he wrapped him up and brought him down.
2nd down and looks like 3 for the Phantoms. Handoff up the middle to Brown, inside the 5. It looks like they're going to set it at about the 4. Looks like he's going to be good enough for a first down. Let's see where they mark it.
Be close.
Had to get near the 4.
I think it's going to be short.
You think it's short?
Whoa, no, wait a minute. I couldn't see the. Yeah, I think he's got it. No problem.
I think he's got it by the length of the football easy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm having a hard time seeing because I had that LASIK surgery.
You're doing just fine. Just fine.
I believe he's got the first down, but we'll have to wait for the official mark. What did I tell you?
Well,
about the length of the ball.
You got it.
1st and goal for the Phantoms at the 4-yard line as they are threatening now to take a couple of scores. It looks like somebody called timeout. We're not real sure at this point who it was. It looks like the referee's trying to find his.
We have a timeout. Kecoughtan.
That's their 2nd timeout. Kecoughtan calls their 2nd timeout of the game.
I like that.
We have to wait to see exactly who it is, and he'll just come right out and tell us who it was. One of the features that we're going to really work on this year in some of the games that we're going to do is we're going to try to do an isolation, so to speak,
right,
on individual players. One of the things we talked about a couple of nights ago in our meeting, we're gonna kind of single out an individual from each team and talk about them
together on them
and talk about them. Put their picture up on the screen and make sure he's smiling and that kind of stuff. Well, we already did the sponsors. We did the sponsors in the last one. Do we need to do it again? I can do it again.
Always talk about those sponsors.
Well, every quarter we did it, but we'll do it again.
Always talk about those sponsors.
Don't forget Zooms now. They are sponsoring us again this year, and I tell you what, they help offset the cost of this, and it's not cheap, believe me, to be able to do one of these games. There's a handoff to Broom up the middle, Brown up the middle, and he gets down to Scotty. There is no talent up here. We come up here and have fun, right?
Right.
It's not going to be long before we're going to be
here.
Well, wait a minute now.
Wait till we warm up.
Wait till he warms up and he starts singing. Then we're all going to be.
Only the first game's only the first half. I'm trying to get my eyes set up here.
Second down and goal. Looks like on about the second. Looks like the 2-yard line.
I think he got that
Did he
pretty
get
close
in?
to getting in there.
Like Boyd handed off to Brown again, but I believe he comes up about a half a yard shy of the goal line. Third down and goal.
Here's the replay on that. You see him take it right up the middle. He goes airborne and comes down head first. That's why he didn't get in. Kecoughtan got there quickly.
Oh, no. I thought he was over the line myself.
Nope.
Here we go. Third down and goal inside the 1.
Mathis?
Real tight.
Or Brown.
That's right.
Brown.
There's Brown again.
He walked through.
No trouble getting in on that one. Touchdown Phantoms as they extend their lead now to 13-0 over the Kecoughtan Warriors.
38 remaining in the first half.
So we will have Mr. Matt Cole coming in to kick the extra point.
Here's a replay on that. You'll see him give it to Brown. He just goes over the left side, and there's nobody there as that Phoebus line handles the Warrior defensive line, opening up a big hole for young Mr. Haroon Brown. I say young, he's a senior. He's already getting interest from Akron and Miami of Ohio to play at either one of those two schools.
That one was blocked.
They got in there quick on that one. And no flag on the play.
I thought the guy jumped offside. If we could by chance see that again, it looked like
I don't think he even got his foot on the ball.
Either way, the kick is no good. There's no flag on the field, so Phoebus is now out in front by a score of 13-0. As we have 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you. You can see that clock a lot easier.
I can see it. My eyes are a little bit more adjusted.
I can see it too, but but they've got me sitting so close to this wall. I have to try to get all the way around to see it. And,
I can give you hand signals.
Okay.
5, 3.
I got to put my glasses on. That's too close.
Oh, that's too close.
Hey, Phoebus's band came. They're here. All right. They got here a bit late tonight.
Phoebus Phantoms 13, Kecoughtan Warriors 0. We're here at Darling Field.
Darling Stadium.
Well, it's a field out there.
That's right.
That's a field. We were on it earlier today. Nice shape.
I tell you what, it feels like a carpet. It really feels like a carpet out there, though. Mr. Malloy here at Darling Stadium has done a great job getting this thing back in shape and ready to go for the season. Matt Cole.
John Johnson. John Johnson.
There's the kickoff. Bobbled by the Warriors' number 7, William Tate. He gets the ball all the way out to the 25-yard line where the Kecoughtan Warriors will take over first and 10.
That looked like Haroon Brown, number 32, that was down there quick to make that trip up on the runner. He's all over the place. It's either number 32 or number 82. If it was number 82, it was Darius Swift. If it was number 32, it was Haroon Brown. See, even my eyes can't tell sometimes.
Here we go. Warriors taking over first and 10 now at their own 25-yard line.
5 minutes in the first half here. Warriors have got to get some movement going here. They've got to make some progress.
There's a keeper. Did he fumble it? No, I guess not.
No.
Earl Peoples on the carry.
He kept it. And, folks, you need to know this. Earl Peoples, for the Kecoughtan Warriors, was a wide receiver last year. He was not the quarterback. They've asked him to take over the quarterback position, and he's done a good job. Last year, he got, I guess, a couple hundred yards in receiving, and now he's doing something different as the quarterback for the Warriors. In the first game, he scored 2 TDs and threw for 1. All of last year, he scored 2 TDs.
Yeah, he's a senior, 5'9", 155 pounds, so there's people's rolling around the right side. There's a pass out of bounds. Did he catch the ball?
Looked like it was to Ryan Suedo, and we can't tell from here.
And I believe they're going to call that incomplete. I thought he was hit early.
Either incomplete or out of bounds. Let's see.
I thought the guy coming in behind him actually hit him a little early, but we'll see.
Peoples rolls out to the right.
But what a great effort by Suedo to catch the ball. I mean, he was being hit by that back player.
He caught it, but he was out of bounds, yeah.
And unfortunately in high school, you got to have a foot down.
Ryan Suedo. Suedo goes both ways on this Warrior team. He also plays baseball.
He's a heck of a catcher.
Oh, he's just a heck of a young man.
There's people get swarmed. He drops back to pass, and he has no chance he's going to lose. Looks like about 11 yards on the play.
He was wrapped up on that one. Phoebus broke through on that and just had him running from the time he had the ball. And you see number 7 for the Phantoms. That's Landon Givers. And then number 75 comes through there along with 62. That was Maurice Hampton and Dominic Davenport.
Alejandro now number 17 for the Warriors back to punt. And that's number 7 Givers back to receive the punt. He's standing at his own 49 at this point.
Right on the goal line, he's going to have this punt. Ooh.
Almost got it blocked.
Just got that one off.
They're close. Bounces around at about the 41-yard line of Kecoughtan, where it is downed by the Warriors' number 33, Xavier Thompson.
Travis McBride, number 33.
Looking at the wrong.
Phoebus. Were you looking at Phoebus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Travis McBride, number 33 for the Warriors, down south.
First and 10, Phoebus, now at the Warriors' 41-yard line. Stay tuned for the beginning of the third period. We'll get you up to date on all the stats for the first half as being compiled by Mr. Brent Musgrove and I'll wait and see if you said it. Mr. Bob Killen. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Oh, you want him to say hi.
Oh. Here we go with a pass. Oh, and he is wide open. Who's that? Is it 84?
Wide open, number 84, Reed Evans.
What a pass. He broke open over on the left flat. Boyd just put the ball right slam on the money on the run.
Might have been Mathis that threw the ball. It was Reed Evans that caught it. He got loose.
We're going to
see the replay here.
Nope, it was Boyd. Boyd drops back and passes. He faked the handoff.
Evans got behind the backs.
Got behind Dorsey, and it just took it right straight in.
Like he had him by 5 yards.
And now we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Phantoms. It must have been Boyd. So Boyd gets his, I believe, his first touchdown pass of the year.
Score, have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct of Phoebus.
So they're going to mark off 15 yards on the Phantoms because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. The score does count, obviously, because it happened after the touchdown. So this is going to end up being a 35-yard extra point attempt.
That's going to be attempted by Matt Cole.
Out of the hold of number 10. That's Taj Boyd. There's a nice snap. Kick is long, low.
Got the distance.
Looks like it's a little wide
off
to the right. Yep, wide right. So with 3:32 left here in the second period of play, the Phoebus Phantoms are now out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 19-0.
Our camera's panning through the crowd there. We just saw Kevin Davis, the assistant principal at Phoebus High School.
There's your score. Great graphics by our
And there's a cute young little toddler out to watch the game today.
All-American graphic
Never too young to start watching football.
guru down in the truck, Andy
Never too
Foley.
young. Say hello out there.
Andy Foley.
Look at those eyes. Smile. You're on a candid camera.
Look, you're looking confused. Tell mommy to come in here.
Andy Foley.
Andy Foley. Our great graphics man.
Tell you what, our production crew tonight is as usual, does a great job. Great job. And we'll give you who those are in just a second as Matt Cole for the Phantoms gets set to kick off.
Phoebus Phantoms taking control of this game here in the second quarter after a scoreless first quarter.
Line drive up, taken at the 25-yard line. Looks like he gets out to about the 33-yard line. I believe there's another flag thrown on the field.
Armando Taller, number 87, along with Levante Battle, number 35, made the tackle. Let's see what happens here. Here's the replay.
Kind of a squibber hit there and taking their...
There's one hit right there, and he rolls out of that one, starts to come back toward this side of the field.
Let's listen to our referee as he gives us what that penalty was.
He says.
After the kick, we had dead ball, personal foul against Phoebus.
Ouch. 15 diggies. Personal foul penalty against the Phantoms. 15-yard penalty added to the run back. Now the Warriors have one of their best field positions of the game. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. 19-0, Phantoms out in front of the Warriors. I was going to say a sold-out Darlington Stadium, but there's a few extra seats here.
Well, there's more of a crowd over there at Kecoughtan. Earlier in the game, the first quarter, they hardly had anyone at all over there.
There's a handoff up the middle to Shepard. Nice run as he's still going 30, 25. He gets by, he gets away from that tackle down inside the 20 to the 19. Great run.
Finally pushed out of bounds, and I can't tell whether that's 84 or 89.
84 was on the stop.
Reed Evans finally got him out of bounds, and finally Kecoughtan breaks one loose here.
32 yards on the play by number 1 Isaiah Shepard. That's their best running play of the first half.
Timeout.
Here's the replay.
Phoebus.
And as you can see here,
Shepard's going to make a nice cut. There's a good block there by number 33 for the Kecoughtan Warriors. That's Travis McBride. Springs him loose.
Shepard makes a great run. And again, making the tackle was number 84, Reed Evans.
And Shepard's the one, Mike, that's got to move this offense for the Warriors. He's going to be their main running back this year. Last year he had almost 1,000 yards.
There's Susan Bowers.
And he's going to have to carry the load this year for the Warriors as Isaiah Peoples gets used to the quarterback position. Obviously, he's going to be forced to run it sometimes, and he'll run it sometimes. But it's going to be Isaiah Shepard's shoulders, I believe, that the running game is going to have to go on.
That was a nice little picture of our whiteboard there. So
and there's
the Warriors.
some spots of our crew. And, folks,
we'll do that in just a second.
We'll do that in just a second because we do, as Mike said earlier, we've got a great production crew, cameramen, crane and camera operators, graphic people.
1st and 10 now for the Warriors at the Phantoms' 19-yard line. And off up the middle again to Shepard.
And quickly he's met by Darius McMillan, number 11.
Looks like he picks up maybe 3 yards on the play. 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. Ball sitting at the 16-yard line.
There's another one of our camera crew right down there.
And he's smiling. Hi, Jeremy. Wave to everybody. Let everybody know that you know we're looking at you.
Jeremy Ferries.
Great job down there as he handles our little crane down there.
Our crane camera swings all over the field. Down there with him, Monique Bird, and she'll be the one taking shots of people in the stands.
Pitch back to Shepard as he bobbles that ball, picks it up, and he is swallowed up as he didn't even have a chance on that one.
Looks like Isaiah Shepard ended up with that.
He's going to lose about 5 yards all the way back to the 22-yard line.
Watch the replay on this one. You can see the pitch goes back to Shepard. It's a high pitch. He tries to get it but can't. And they wrap him up real quick. Another loss on the play for the Warriors, bringing up about 3rd and 13. About 2 minutes to go here in half. The score, 19 for Phoebus, 0 for Kecoughtan. There's some of the crowd out here watching the game, and that's on the Phoebus Phantom side, right below the booth.
Here is Peoples underneath the center. Back to pass. Being flushed out. Get rid of the ball.
Going to have to get rid of it quick.
Pass is dropped. Great defense. He didn't really have a whole lot of chance there.
Reed Evans on the covers there, had him covered well. There was no way he was going to let him catch that pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Patrick Russo, along with Billy Hobbs on his left there from Hampton Chevrolet, Ann Bain with the red, and her husband John Bain. Ann works for the school system as well. And
the Bains and John Bain were part of their children went to school with.
There's that last play. You can see him try and pass, and you can watch the coverage there. He's right on him.
Here's Alejandro for a 40-yard field goal. It's long enough. It is good. And 40 yards by Alejandro as the Kecoughtan Warriors have scored here, and they're on the board.
In the tradition of the Alejandro family, who've provided kickers for Kecoughtan High School for probably the last 8, maybe 12 years, and I've taught most of the family.
And Philip is a senior, so is he the last?
No. There's
one more.
There is another one.
All right. So
there's a young Alejandro in the 6th grade at Jones Magnet Middle School.
That reminds me a little bit about the family and the Hampton schools, the Hampton High School. Finners, the Finner family.
Finner family, around and around and
around.
You
never know how many more of them coming out. I mean, I think the one that's there now is, I think he's the last one. But the Finners have been a part of the Crabber organization for years.
And I apologize to the Alejandro family. I can't remember where Nick is going to school. He's kicking for a college. In fact, I went out to Christopher Newport to watch him a year ago, and he did an excellent job.
So the Warriors are on the board. They have 3 now. 19-3 is the score. Minute and 20 seconds left.
129. That was pretty close.
129?
Very good. Very good. We're going to give him a lollipop every time he gets close like that. 129 in the first half here. Great production crew on the cameras. Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Baton, and Steve Fryer. And, of course, we told you earlier on the crane and camera, Jeremy Ferries and Monique Bird. Andy Foley is our graphics and animation man. All those neat little things you see on the screen, that's from Andy Foley.
There's Alejandro on the kickoff over to the far side. Picked up at the 13-yard line. Great run back all the way out here to the 32-yard line.
Ryan Suedo brings him down. Beth and Kevin, I know, happy about that.
Donnell Dixon on the carry for the Phantoms. Is that Suedo on the tackle?
That is Suedo on the tackle. Let's watch him. We're going to have the replay here.
At about the 11-yard line. Nice little run.
See number 12 come in here and just bring him right down.
Down to the 37-yard line. Nice run back by the Phantoms. So
Ryan, just be careful of that arm, buddy. We need you behind the plate this year.
Is that a new quarterback for the Phantoms in there now? Nope, it's still Boyd. Hands off to Mathis as he sweeps out wide to the right, or to the left, and hits to the sideline. Picks up about 13 yards down near midfield. It looks like they might mark it at about the 49-yard line. That would be a gain of 12 on the play for Mathis. 1st and 10. Here's a replay of that last play.
Nice little give. Mathis takes it to his left, gets around one man. He's got 2 pursuit. And they just keep him boxed in and force him out of bounds on the far side of the field.
So 1st and 10 now as the clock continues to run.
1 minute and 6 seconds left in the first half here at Darling Stadium. Phoebus 19, Kecoughtan 3. This is the opening game for WHCS Channel 46, your Hampton station with all the sports you're going to get this year.
There's a quick handoff here to one of the wide receivers, and I believe that's 12.
12, we got a little misdirection there with Donnell Dixon getting it.
As he comes across the field right behind the quarterback as he takes the snap and gets the handoff.
Number 12, Donnell Dixon with the play.
We have an injured Warrior on the play.
Somebody down. Here's the replay. He stiff arms him, but gets caught by the Warriors.
Pickup of about 2 on the play down inside of the
timeout.
Unfortunately, Mike, that looks like Ryan Swato down on the field.
Well, there's the first time that we heard him forget to cut the mic off.
We have a player down there on the field, Ryan Swato, son of Beth and Kevin Swato.
Great
Very
people.
fine people, but Mike and I both know them. They're excellent parents and excellent family.
Coached Ryan for 3 years in AAU baseball here on the peninsula. When they first came to the area, Kevin is a colonel over here at Fort Monroe. And he thought he was going to be gone by now, but luckily for the family, the daughter graduated from Kecoughtan, is in college now. And there's Ryan as he.
Let's hope he's going to be all right. Looks like it's a leg injury of some sort.
Doesn't look too serious as he's pretty much walking on his own power.
I hate to say at least it's not his arm, but any injury is not good. But Ryan's tough. He'll come back from this. I don't doubt that at all. So, Mom and Dad, if you're watching, you're already seeing it anyway. So if I'm telling you anything here,
they're
it's on
probably
the replay.
sitting right over there.
Well, I know they are, somewhere in the stands. They're at every game.
Second down and 8 now for the Phantoms at the Warrior 49-yard line. Boyd under center.
34 seconds to go in the game. Looks like we're going to have a pass. Wide open.
Wide open. Oh, and he dropped it.
In and out.
Oh, my goodness. And that was number 12, Donnell Dixon.
Donnell Dixon split the two backs and was wide open. The pass was right there in his arms, probably hit him in the numbers. And if I'm not mistaken, Donnell Dixon, that name is very familiar. I believe I might have taught him.
You've taught just about everybody that came through the Hampton school system.
Well, Mike, I taught a lot of people that went taught a lot of people that be easy. Taught a lot of people at Jones Magnet Middle School. We draw from all over the city, so they go to all the high schools. So we'll get them from all over, and the chances are pretty good that I'm going to teach them if they come through 6th grade. Because there's only 2 6th-grade social studies teachers, and I'm one of them.
He got out. He got away from 3 tackles, and he's going down the sideline, forced out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. What a great run by Mathis. They had him behind the line of scrimmage by 3 defenders. He got out of it.
Dennis Mathis is just turning this game into his own personal calling card.
There's 2. There's 3. There's 4, 5. 6. It took the 6th player to force him out of bounds. 1st and 10, Phoebus, down to the 27-yard line of the Kecoughtan Warriors.
And I know there's some people out there. Dennis Mathis has offers from Kent State, Marshall, and Ohio.
10 seconds to go here in the second period of play. Boyd back to pass again.
He's got another one open.
Deep. I believe it was
like an interception. And we're going to have a touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. I couldn't tell who it was that made that interception. There's Mr. John Bain along with Billy Hobbs. John Bain, Mike, was my Little League coach. Billy Hobbs, general manager of Hampton Chevrolet.
Here's a replay of the interception.
Looked like he had him open there for a moment. But it's going to be intercepted by, looks like number 5.
Yeah, it is number 5. That was a great play. That was Dorsey.
Anthony Dorsey took that one away from him. So we've got about 11 seconds left in the half, and Kecoughtan will get one play before we go to halftime. Earlier I mentioned some of our cameramen along with our graphics men. Mike Nowinski is our slow-motion instant replay, as you've seen many of those. Sarah Myers, camera control operator. Our production assistant, Renee Camden. And our audio and chief engineer, Don Charos. Director and producer, the big man himself, Mr. Scotty Bowers.
So the Warriors down the ball on a 1st and 10 after the interception. That will end the first half of play. So at the end of the first half, the Phoebus Phantoms are out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors by a score of 19-3.
Not too big a surprise, but
nope. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly with the second half action here at Darling Stadium.
Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe.
Hey, welcome back here we are getting set to start the second half here at Darling Stadium, where the Phoebus Phantoms are out in front of the Kecoughtan Warriors. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe and our statistician supreme group over here, Brent Musgrove and Bob Killen. Halftime stats, not a lot, especially on the Kecoughtan side. Total yards for Kecoughtan, 25.
Mike, they're just not getting that running game going against that tough Phoebus defense.
13 rushes for a total of 19 yards. They had one pass attempt. That was complete. 1 for 3 passing, 6 yards. Leading receiver, obviously, McBride, 1 for 6. Can't give a whole lot there. They only had 2 first downs. They fumbled the ball twice. I'm not real sure. I think they lost 1.
Yes.
Penalties, they only had 1 penalty in the first half, 5 yards. So that's a good sign.
And it's been a relatively free penalty game. I think we've only had 3 total.
That's right. Two against Phoebus, and both of them, by the way, were unsportsmanlike conduct. One was after the touchdown, and one was after. Well, actually, it was right after both touchdowns. That's correct. For the Phantoms, though, they had 26 rushes, and Dennis Mathis was in mid-form as he carried the ball 14 times, had 124 yards, and he also had a touchdown.
Mike, he's putting on a show here tonight. The young man is just running the ball and gaining the yards.
167 total yards by the Phantoms there in the first half. Boyd, for a sophomore, he did a good job. He was 2 for 4, had 1 interception. But by the way, that was an interception that was in the end zone where the defensive player and the offensive player were fighting over the ball.
Sure did.
And it just so happened that that one of the Warriors came up with the ball. 2 for 4, 45 yards, but he had one that was right down the middle of the field, and the receiver. Which was number 12, Danielle Dixon. I mean,
hit him right in the numbers.
He hit him right in the numbers. He split the defensive safeties right down the middle of the field on the run. Perfect pass. So the Phoebus Phantoms, that's one of the things that he talked about in the pregame about whether they had the passing ability, whether they thought they might have to use it. They proved tonight that the young man Boyd can put the ball on the money.
They've got it. Sophomore Boyd is going to be their quarterback for the future, Mike. He's got a great arm. Their receivers are running good routes. They're getting open, and they're splitting the defenders. But I'm impressed by Boyd's accuracy with the pass. As we look on the screen, we see our mayor, Mr. Kersey. How are you, sir? Welcome to the game. And I don't know what he's trying to tell us, but probably thank you, Mike and Paul, for being on the show tonight and showing me on TV.
I hope
of course, that's
what
not what he's saying, but who knows? But again, I'm impressed with Boyd, his accuracy in hitting his receivers, even when they're getting open. This young man, Mike, is putting it right there.
Well, he did a great job.
He's got defenders on either side, and he's laying the ball right in their arms. So this young kid, as Bill D said, they've got to see what their passing game can do. I think they've got the passing game if they need it. And if Phoebus has a passing game, but go with Mathis and Brown and the running attack.
Look out.
Tell you what.
Because they got a line that can do the blocking.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're looking at a team that is going to be there at the end of the season. And the big game is going to be Phoebus and Hampton.
Well, that's traditionally every year. It's always the same thing. Last year, it was the same thing as both teams came into that game during the regular season undefeated. Phoebus won in a close battle and turned around and lost to the Crabbers in the regional finals as the Crabbers went on to win the state title. Their only loss was to the Phantoms in the regular season. As we get set to kick off here the third quarter of play, kicking off for the Warriors is number 17. That's going to be Philip Alejandro. Back deep for the Phantoms is number 12. That is Danielle Dixon. And number 27, and that is good old Dennis Mathis.
And we're at Darling Stadium, and this is WHCS Channel 46, bringing you all the sports you're going to get this year. Mike Hauser and Paul Rowe as we start off the football season of the Peninsula District.
There's a kick up the middle of the field. That's taken by, looks like number 12, and that's Dixon. Up the middle to about the 32-yard line where the Phantoms will take over. 1st and 10 to start the third period of play.
Anthony Dorsey in on a stop. Looks like we got a Warrior shaking up on the play there. He's getting up a little slow. Looks like number 9, Dakota Mathis.
Is it 9 or 6?
Here comes the replay on that.
Let's see.
See if we can see anything here. It looked like number 9 to me. It might have been 6.
Yeah, I believe it is 9. Yep, it's 9.
He's okay, but just coming up a little slow, Dakota Mathis.
Actually, it's not. Believe it or not, it's number 8.
Butch Harper sitting there in the stands watching this football game this evening.
Here we go with a pitch out to, again, Dennis Mathis breaks a nice
Look at
tackle.
this guy run, Mike. Look at this.
All the way down to the Kecoughtan Warrior 46-yard line. Great run.
Oh, man, I tell you what. I like watching this guy run.
21 yards on that carry.
He moves left. He moves right. He slips an arm tackle here. He rolls. He is just a package.
Well, we knew going into this season that
Here's
Mathis,
the replay.
That Mathis is going to be the runner.
Watch him. He gets hit there, slips out from under it, gets hit there, slips, comes back the other way, slips two more, and is finally brought down. Wow.
Boyd under center, 1st and 10. There's a handoff again to Mathis. Up the middle, off the left side. Looks like that's Suedo on
That's
tackle,
good
so he's
news
back
right
in.
there. Ryan Suedo back in the game.
Looks like a run of 15 yards for Mathis and another first down. 2 carries for 27 yards now.
And 2 first downs for Phoebus on the first 2 plays
by Mathis.
They
and
continue the momentum, moving right along.
19-3 here at the beginning of the third period of play. We are at Darlin Stadium on a nice, beautiful night. The windows are open.
Mike.
There's no wind. Great. It's not hot up here, and it's not cold like it normally is, like it's going to get. Haroon Brown on to carry up the middle out to the looks like the Warrior 28-yard line. That's going to bring up about a 4.5, maybe a 5-yard gain. We'll call it 2nd and 5.
Haroon Brown, the 245 running back. He's the one I call the honest back. He's the one that's going to keep your defense honest because he can power through the line and move the ball.
This is a perfect scenario. You got Haroon Brown with the weight that he has and his size, and then you got the tailback and the speed behind him. And so look at the lead block that he gets right there. Great pitch out to Mathis, but the Warriors had that one pretty much bottled up. And he may not have even gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think he did. Looks like the Warriors' speed there. There's Patrolman Lawrence. How you doing there, sir?
Looks like he loses about a yard on the play.
Here's a replay. Watch the Warriors' number 6, Charles Chivas, along with number 8, I believe it is Todd Milliner. They'll wrap him up. Good speed, good pursuit. Keep the running back moving toward the sideline. You want the play. Well, in this case, it's going to sound strange. I know. Want them moving north-south.
That's right.
Here, the goals are east and west. Normally, you say you
Boyd
don't want
on
to
a
move
keeper, rolling out to his.
Look at this.
I tell you what,
you're going to have a first down here.
There's a flag over there. It's probably going to be a clipping, but Mathis is going to be real lucky that he didn't get a clip down here. And when we show that again right off the get-go, it looks like when Boyd was. Let's see if the replay shows it.
Know they're going to show it. Our cameramen get everything. Now look at Boyd.
He hit Suedo in the back.
Sophomore
got
here,
away
folks.
with it, but there's one that they didn't get away with, and that's going to go against the
Phantoms.
That's probably a clipping call, but it's going to be from the spot.
The second one was good. The first one they missed. It's a clip.
Yeah, correct. So it's a 15-yard penalty from the
block in the back above the waist.
All right, it's a 10-yard.
Third down.
10-yard penalty from the spot.
And we just had another shot of Ross Carney on there, our mayor.
Watch this. There is the clip.
Boom.
Right there. That was an obvious one. Great call by the referee and crew. They did miss the other one, though.
Didn't miss that one. That was right there in front of him.
Well, so was the other one. I thought that one was pretty much a given right in front of the head referee.
But we've got Mr. Bob Killen back here that's watching all of them. He sees them happen.
And what did Mr. Killen say? They got one and missed the other.
Got one, missed the other.
But that's okay. Look out. He got hit just as he's throwing the ball. Great defense. Guess what?
Was that Ryan Suedo again?
Defensive right end for the Warriors. Comes around and gets Boyd in the back field as he's throwing. Incomplete pass. 4th down and 11 with the ball sitting at the Warrior. 43?
43.
33.
Timeout.
33.
Phoebus.
So Phoebus calls timeout with a 4th down and long coming up.
And, Mike, let's talk about some of these Phoebus players here. I know it's early in the season, but they've got some great young players already. College is looking at them. Of course, with the reputation Phoebus has, and, of course, Hampton in this area, and Tidewater itself for the amount of players that we send to colleges. Maurice Hampton, a guard, a very athletic young man. He is being looked at by several colleges, and among them are Virginia Tech, Virginia, Maryland, UNC, and South Carolina. He's 6'5", 290 pounds. Good size for a lineman. We'll see where he goes. A lot of ACC colleges there, with the exception of South Carolina, who used to be in the ACC. So we've got some great players for Phoebus and some good ones for Kecoughtan.
And as we go during the season and during this game, we'll continue to throw out the little tidbits about some of these players as we get the information for them.
But, Mike, we also want to mention some other things here. And as soon as this play's over, I know you're going to talk about some of our sponsors again.
Here we go with 4th down and 11. Boyd back to throw. He throws. Intercepted by number 7,
William Tate of the Kecoughtan Warriors. That's the first pass I've seen Boyd throw that it wasn't quite a floater, and yet it was. You've got your
I believe it was actually underthrown.
You got your coverage underneath, and he just didn't get it over.
It was the underneath defender that actually went up and got. He did a heck of a job going up for that ball, because it was definitely on target.
Nice interception.
So Tate did a great job. Our third quarter, by the way, is some of our sponsors for the third quarter, Zooms, along with the Subway sandwich. Man, I tell you what, Subway, they're treating us great. I'm going to tell you something. Those people over there are just absolutely unbelievable.
And it doesn't hurt that we like Subway sandwiches.
No, it sure does. It is filling.
I love the BMT.
And they give me a hard time, obviously, for it, but that's okay. Here's a keeper. I believe that is Shepard on the carry up the middle.
Isaiah Shepard, number 1 of the Kecoughtan Warriors.
He gets outside of the 25, out to about the 26. That's looks like about a 4-yard, almost a 5-yard, but just shy of it. We'll call it 2nd down and 6 for the Warriors. There's a nice view of the assistant coaching staff and some of the reserve players over at Kecoughtan.
Warriors on the sidelines.
Start up 2nd and 6. From the 26.
We get better shots here than they get in the pros. Good camera crew.
There's a handoff again to Shepard up the middle. Gets outside the 30. He's close to a first down. We'll have to wait and see where they mark it.
If they mark it, I think he may have gotten it.
If he marks it on the 32, he's got it.
They've given it to him.
That it is. One of the few first downs that the Warriors have gotten so far.
Is this their third?
Their third.
Third first down.
So, 1st and 10.
The Phoebus Phantoms, there they are, the marching band. Without their band instruments. Number 9 of the Phantoms on your screen there, that is Derek Davenport.
There's Peoples under center now, getting ready to take the snap for the Warriors. Got ready to pitch it, decided to keep it, carries the ball up and across the 35, looks like to about the 36, going to gain of about 4 on the play. I think he'd have got in deep trouble if he had pitched this one.
Here's a replay. I want to look at his eyes. Looked first like he was looking downfield for a minute. Nope.
2nd down. We'll give him 3 on the play. 2nd down and a short 7. As Andy says, I'm going to put 7.
I'm going to put 7. That's what it is.
Andy Foley.
Andy Foley.
You know, it's funny. We talked about in our meeting the other night. One of the guys that used to talk about all the way up here, all they did in the truck, they waited until somebody made the comment or the mention of golf.
Oh, Lord.
There's a pass over the top to Suedo, overthrown.
Phoebus had a semi-blitz going on. And there's the coach for the Kecoughtan Warriors, the new coach, Glenn Tidwell, a graduate of the University of Alabama, his hometown, Nashville, Tennessee.
And he comes to us from
Woodside High School, where he was a defensive coordinator from 2000 to 2006, I believe. About 6 years over at Woodside High. He was at Warwick in 1999.
3rd down and 7 now for the Warriors. Ball resting at the 36-yard line. Trying to draw them off sides.
Yeah,
there's a handoff up the middle. Shepard gets the ball near the 40-yard line, but is short of the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Warriors.
Phoebus not having anything of a first down for the Warriors there. Derek Davenport right in the middle of that as they bring down the Warrior runner.
So coming into punt now for the Warriors is number 17, Alejandro. Back deep for the Phantoms again is number 7, and that's Landon Givers. Boy, do these make a world of difference.
I wasn't going to mention anything. I wasn't going to let people know you were using them.
So Alejandro gets set to punt.
Philip Alejandro.
Almost over.
Have a problem. He gets a quick, a little short, but he gets it off.
And it is down by the Warriors at the Phantoms.
Mike, he took
34-yard line.
One step and kicked that one. It didn't look like he had much leg in it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it went 27 yards considering that he did really get a good shot at kicking it.
2 Phantoms right there in on him, and I think he just put that one up as quick as he could. And
well, the snap was a little bit on the high side. It took him a little while for it to get back there to him.
And there's a shot of the Phoebus High School cheerleaders. And Mike, once again, that tall blonde there in the back row, Jessica Haley, one of my students when she was in 6th grade, now a senior. And I believe plays soccer and was captain of the soccer team last year for the Phoebus Phantoms. Also a cheerleader.
And here we go with Mathis again around the right side. He's bottled up quick, though, after he gains about maybe 3 on the play out to the 37-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
Guess who it was on that bring down there? Beth and Kevin? Yes. Yes, you're right. It was Ryan. Ryan Suedo, number 12. Here's the replay.
Ryan's been a factor here in the second half. He went across there and
comes across.
Assist on the tackle. Looks like number 8 actually got the initial.
Todd Milliner wraps him up, brings him down, and Suedo comes in with the assist.
3rd and 7 now for the Phantoms at their own. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 7 at their own 37-yard line. Hey, Andy. As the referees blow the whistle, and we have a flag in the backfield.
Preliminary indication is illegal procedure against the Phantoms, but we'll get the call here.
Kind of surprising since they never even got to the line.
They have a dead ball, false start against the offense, still 2nd down.
I didn't think the line was even there set, ready to go when they get a false start. Either way, it's a 5-yard penalty, one of a few in this game. We've been pretty good,
penalty
really,
free
as far as the penalties are concerned. 3 of them in the first half. Referees have done a very good job in this game. Both teams have played
fairly clean in terms of penalties. Fairly clean in terms of penalties.
2 wideouts side by side all the way on the far side.
And Mathis takes it that way.
And that was close. Did you see the play by the receiver that came across and almost could have real close been a chop block here? Hello, guys.
How you doing? Earl Peoples tripped up Mathis on that. Suedo came in for the tackle. Some of our fine young men from the city of Hampton. There's the pitch to Mathis. Takes it outside. You watch Peoples come in here and just dive down along his legs and get him off balance. And as he begins to stagger,
Suedo brings him down.
Finishes him off.
3rd down and 7 now for the Phantoms.
4:44 left in the 3rd quarter here at Darling Stadium. It's WHCS Channel 46.
Where you're going to get all the sports you want right here. Oh, that ball should be an incomplete pass, and it is called that.
That was pretty close for an incomplete pass. But
ball was intended for number 84, and that number 84 is Reed Evans. It was a little bit on the low side. 4th down and 7 now as the Phantoms look like they're bringing in their punt team.
And there are, once again, the Phoebus Phantom cheerleaders on our screen as they're cheering their team on. Phoebus with a 19-3 lead. 4:33 left in the 3rd quarter.
Dropping back deep for the Warriors is number 5. That's going to be Anthony Dorsey. And it looks like we have a timeout being called by our referee will tell us.
Timeout. Kecoughtan.
Thank you very much.
I
tell you what, that's a great job by our referee, Donald Foreman. He does a good job. Speaks very clearly.
Billy D, the coach for the Phoebus Phantoms on our screen there with his team.
Also the athletic director over at Phoebus. His 21st season, by the way, at Phoebus. I believe he's got 28 years of coaching experiences. When he came to Phoebus, he was, I believe, at Southampton.
Yes. Hard to believe he's been here 21 years already. and done a tremendous job with that Phoebus football team. Hello there. How are you? Wave to everybody. Like I said, folks, it's never too young to come out to a game, especially when you have a wonderful night like we have tonight.
Oh, isn't it nice? Nice weather. It's nice and cool.
September the 15th.
06.
2006, 3 days before my birthday.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
That means you're going to be a year further away from me.
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. Further and further.
Punting now for the Phantoms is Matt Cole. As he gets it off, it's a bit on the short side as the ball's going to land on about the 42 and take a Kecoughtan bounce. Looks like it's going to bounce. Oh, no. 42, and they're going to mark it on the 41. And the ball bounced backwards. Great mark.
Haroon Brown, number 32, picked that one up quick as soon as it took the bounce. He didn't want that one coming back any further.
So Kecoughtan will take over 1st and 10. Looks like at the 42. That ball bounced back 2 yards.
And there's the Phoebus High School JV cheerleaders. And now we go to a shot of the Phoebus bench, literally. There's the Phoebus bench.
Looks like one of the training staff for the Phantoms is working on Mr. Mathis there. Maybe retaping. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 42. Drops back to pass.
He's going to get rid of it.
Throws the ball out of bounds. It was intended for number 33, and that was Travis McBride, overthrown.
Defending on the play looked like number 34, Everett Griffin.
2nd down to 10 now is it's like number 7 for the Phantoms. Landon Givers is limping off the field a little bit. May have tweaked his ankle, but he's coming off on his own power.
Landon Givers, another one of those Phoebus players with a future ahead of him. He's got some offers from Akron and Kent State.
6'2", 205-pound tight end defensive end for the Phantoms. He's a senior, and there he is. He decided to lay down on the mat by the bench and
take a little rest. So he may end up at Akron or Kent State. Every time I hear Kent State, 10 soldiers and Nixon coming.
He's having cramps.
On our own.
He's having some cramps, so they're trying to get those out. There's a blitzing linebacker. Pass is overthrown. It was intercepted.
It might have been intercepted.
They're going to call it complete.
No, he's calling it out.
Okay.
He's waving him off over there.
The way he went running up, pointing to the spot, I thought he was going to give it.
I thought he was going to give the interception. Here's the replay on that.
Peoples goes back and is really he's doing everything he can.
Makes the catch and hang on. I'll tell you what.
You can't expect much more from our slow motion crew. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The only way they could beat that is if they had a camera over there on that sideline.
Earl Peoples on the last 2 plays getting a lot of pressure from the Phoebus defense. Alondis Beggs, number 44, coming in from the right side, chasing him twice, getting help from the inside. I couldn't catch the 2 numbers.
3rd and 10 now for the Warriors. Back to pass, pressured again. And that pass is completed to number 33.
Travis McBride.
All the way out to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain.
Here's the play. Let's look at Travis McBride. Again, I believe one of my ex-students.
17 yards on the play and a 1st down.
Nice pass right in. He's throwing into 2 defenders here. And McBride makes a nice catch, wraps it up, keeps control of it with 3:56 left in the 3rd quarter.
Split here to the near side. Schwedo. Peoples under center.
Kecoughtan's in Phoebus territory, Mike, and I don't believe they've been there too often tonight.
There's a handoff to number 10. They haven't called his number much. That's Derek Mayo. Derek Mayo hadn't had but I think one other carry in the game, so he's getting a couple of runs here. He gains what looks like maybe a yard.
Here's a guy that's going to be a player, Derek Mayo.
He's a junior.
He's a junior. I taught him at Jones. His brothers play football at Kecoughtan. Gerard Mayo, great player, went on to college, had a good career. Derek Mayo is one of the most polite young men you're going to meet in your life.
Well, I just think it's ironic. I just think it's ironic that you taught these kids, all of them.
Truth be told, I didn't actually teach Derek. He went there and we talked quite a bit. I would see him in the hall. We had lots of conversations.
Well, that pass was intended for number 15, Brandon Austin.
It was broken up.
And if he hadn't been there, the intended receiver would have been 33 because they were both right in line with each other. And I guarantee you.
Let's see who broke it up here if we can catch a number something 5.
15.
Might
15
be
against 15.
Might be 15. Charlie Smith.
And if Brandon hadn't have been there, number 33, the ball was heading right for his chest.
So Charlie Smith, the third baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals in 1960.
What are they recruiting?
Yeah. There's your new coach again for the Warriors.
3rd down and 9 for the Warriors. There's a whistle.
I'll tell you, seeing Glenn Tidwell on the field before the game, that is one young man. He's doing a good job here.
What do we got here? A timeout? That's late.
We have a timeout.
Thank you very much.
Phoebus.
As Phoebus calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, Glenn Tidwell, I was going to tell you a little earlier, Glenn Tidwell has been married for 7 years. His wife is Kristen. Hello, Kristen, if you're watching. She works at Bethel as their athletic trainer. She teaches driver's education, and they have a little daughter, Finley. Finley is 8 months old. Finley, if you're watching, hello, darling. Your father's going to do a good job at Kecoughtan, and I wish him luck in many, many years there. What have we got here? Well, there he is, Dr. Patrick Russo. And Fred Brewer, a board member to his left, our right, as you're watching the screen.
And a young man walking in front of him with the name Smith on the back.
Dr. Russo doing a fabulous job for the City of Hampton school system. I just think we're going in the right direction, and he's doing the right things that he needs to do, and we really look forward to having him guiding the Hampton City school system for the next few years. And Dr. Russo, if you're listening, I'm not pushing for a raise. I just think you're doing a really good job.
He's running for mayor next year.
Now, don't tell that. Ross Carney's doing a good job. Ross, you're doing great.
Here we go. 3rd down and 9. Being flushed out. And look out. He's gone down.
Couldn't find anybody open.
Peoples held the ball just a bit too long. He's going to lose a lot of, looks like 10 yards on the play.
And this time, Alondis Beggs, number 44, finally caught up to him. He's been pressuring him all night long.
So we're going to be 4th and 19 now as the ball set all the way back to the Phantoms' 49-yard line. Here's Alejandro coming in to punt the ball now.
Philip Alejandro. Here's the replay on that. You can see him looking, can't find anybody. And Beggs says, not this time.
Givers deep now for the Phantoms, standing down near his own 15-yard line. Let's see if the line can give Alejandro a little bit of time to punt this one away. He's been struggling a bit the whole game.
Well, they're getting pressure from the outside.
Now this time he's going to get it.
Oh, no, he's not. They're not going to call the flag. And look out. Number 32, Haroon Brown, is going to take it all the way for a touchdown as long as we don't have any flags anywhere.
Well, the referee called a partial block on the ball. And because of that, the flag got waved off. I want to see that one again.
And I'll guarantee you we're going to have a replay on it because we've got the cameraman right on it. Whoa. Maybe we won't get this one.
But it's funny because everybody up here is looking for it.
Not going to have a replay on that one.
Looking for it, and they say they didn't get it. So either way, it don't matter. Phoebus has scored on a block punt, was what it was called, and that was Haroon Brown.
Haroon Brown, number 32.
That ran it back, and here is Matt Cole out of the hold of number 10, Taj Boyd, and the kick is good.
1:46 left in the third quarter, and now we've got the score. Phoebus 26 and Kecoughtan 3.
Now we have a replay of the score.
Here we go. Well, it could be
and
just
look at them running. Look at them running.
Well, everybody's getting up in the booth. They want to come see this one. But I think this might be just the score, not the block. Here's Haroon Brown.
Yeah.
Breaks loose on the left-hand side, and he's clear all the way through. Nobody's going to catch him at this point. I think he's got one more man to beat. Got a couple of blockers out front.
Shoot, he's got the whole team blocked.
Here comes the one lone Warrior.
And that's Alejandro. And unfortunately,
kickers don't make tackles.
45-yard punt return.
Alejandro
Haroon Brown
does get in there, and Haroon jumps over.
Okie dokie. Getting set now to kick off for the Phantoms. Number 95 is Matt Cole. Back to receive deep for the Warriors is Shepard and William Tate deep down at the 10-yard line. Here's Cole's kickoff.
Short kick.
Short taken by number 3 and bottled up real quick. That's Alex Rogers.
And that's a new name tonight, Alex Rogers.
And he might have gained about 3 yards on the return. He is out to the 23-yard line where the Warriors will take over, 1st and 10.
1:40 left to go here in the third quarter. We're at Darling Stadium. This is WHCS Channel 46, where you're going to get all the sports we're going to give you, and we're going to give you a lot of games this year.
And we'll go over those games here in a few minutes.
Actually, I think I've got them down here somewhere.
1st and 10 now for Kecoughtan. Earl Peoples, the quarterback for the Warriors.
Peoples, a converted wide receiver from last year, taking over at the quarterback position for the Warriors.
Drops back to pass.
Got a man there.
Pass is overthrown and almost intercepted by the Phantoms.
Brandon Austin, number 15, wide open. Came down the field, cut inside. Looks like we might have a replay on this. Watch number 15. You'll see him in your screen here as the pass goes by. He was wide open.
And almost picked off by Desmond Boyd, number 2. 2nd down and 10. We have a flag on the play, holding against Phoebus. So that negates the incomplete pass. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. And it looks like, are they using that as a spot foul on the defense?
Against the defense. We have a first down.
First down.
There we go.
That's what I wanted to know.
It looked like we weren't going to move the flags.
Well, it looked like they were a yard short from where the flag was at.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked if it was a spot foul. I didn't think they used a spot foul on a defense hold. I thought it just went from the line of scrimmage. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Kecoughtan Warriors after the holding penalty by the Phantoms. Number 33 is wide to the near side, and that is Travis McBride.
He's covered there by Derek Davenport of the Phantoms, number 9.
And back to pass over the middle. Intercepted by, I believe that's what, number 25? No, that's number 35.
Is it 25? 35?
It's 35.
It's 35, and that's going to be Levante Battle. And, Mike, once again, it looks like we had some open receivers here on the left side of the field. Here's the replay of the interception. You'll watch Peoples go back. He looks over to the left, but then turns right and throws into coverage. I mean, there's two defensemen right there in front of the receiver. I don't know.
Ball was intended, I believe, for Charles Chavez, number 6. Either way, Phoebus has come up with another turnover. It's 1st and 10 at the Kecoughtan 37-yard line as we get nearer the end of the third period.
Tell you, this time is going slow here in this last part of the third.
Yeah. There's a handoff up the middle to Haroon Brown. Haroon Brown.
We're going to put his two names together, Haroon Brown, and call him Broom. Haroon Brown.
And don't take it wrong, Mr. Brown.
No. We like it. And he's punching up some yardage here in the second half.
10-yard gain, 1st down, as they move the sticks.
12 carries, 53 yards here in the second half for Haroon Brown. Mathis has 170 yards on the game.
Brown again up the middle, down to about the 21-yard line. Gain of 5 on that play.
Bob Killen, our statistician over here, keeping us up on the stats. Phoebus with a tough running game, over 200 yards. The replay.
Well, you know, they got a 1-2 punch in Brown and Mathis, and you can't expect much more than that.
Yeah, how do you defend that?
Well, you don't, especially with a line as big as theirs is.
Oh, Lord.
There's a keeper by Boyd. He gets all the way down near the 10-yard line, and it looks like they're going to mark it right at the 10. That
should be a first down.
Gain of about 11 yards and a first down. That might be a first and goal, depending on where they mark it.
So the young sophomore quarterback, Boyd, decides to get into the running game a little bit here, and he picks up some yardage.
It is first and goal. The sticks are not being used. There's a handoff up the middle.
Guess who?
To Haroon Brown, and he gets near the goal line. Looks like they're going to mark him near the 1, so that's about a 9-yard pickup.
Another 9 yards gives him about 62.
The ball carrier.
On a running clock, down to about 15 seconds now.
Here's your replay. Brown just comes right through the middle and just churns out the yardage. Boy, he came close to getting in on that one. They're just going to give it to him again, and boom, there he is.
Touchdown. So Haroon Brown pretty much was the workhorse on that drive, as he carries the ball, I think, every time but once.
1 second left here in the third quarter. Brown gets it in.
26-3 now is the score, as Matt Cole will come in to attempt the extra point out of the hole to number 10.
They were a little slow on changing the score. 32, Mike.
I'm sorry.
They changed it just after we announced it.
Down, kick is up and through.
And the kick is good.
1 second to go in the third quarter at Darling Stadium. Phoebus 33, Kecoughtan 3. You're watching WHCF's Channel 46, where you get all the sports we're going to give you. And speaking of all the sports we're going to give you real quickly.
Every week is what we're going to do.
Every week. You got that right.
Well, that's
Boy, we're going to be busy.
Plus playoffs, folks.
Oh, yeah. That's the bonus.
Yes. Go ahead and give that little schedule real quick.
Well, today is September 15th. You're watching Kecoughtan playing Phoebus. Our next game will be Friday, September 29th, when we watch the Bethel Bruins take on the Hampton Crabbers. That'll be followed by Friday, October the 6th, when once again we watch Kecoughtan. Only this time they'll be playing the Hampton Crabbers again. Friday, October 20th, it's the Hampton Crabbers versus these very same Phoebus Phantoms. Put that on your calendar. That's the date, October 20th. October 27th, Kecoughtan and Bethel, and then November 10th, Phoebus and Bethel. After that, well, we got the playoffs.
Well, we may have some games in between there too, so stay tuned. There's a game that's in the making.
Yeah, one possible game we may pick up here, and we'll see how that goes. So far in the second half, or for the game, Brown with 15 carries, 67 yards. He's got 3 touchdowns. Whoa, breaking loose.
That is number 1, Isaiah Shepard, as he takes the ball from about the 10 all the way down to the Phantoms' 38-yard line. Nice run back.
And he gave the Kecoughtan fans something to cheer for there. Watch this run.
Takes it about the 11 or 12. He waits for his blocks to happen. You notice that. Then he just takes off. He gets a great block by Suedo right there. Breaks through the middle. A nice run back.
Very good blocks.
60-yard return on that play.
And here we go.
Let's send the thing down to Ron as he's got the Phoebus cheerleaders.
They're excited in this game as their team ahead. The Phoebus Phantoms 33, the Warriors 3. As we look at the Phoebus Phantom cheer squad.
Get ready to start the fourth period of play now. Fourth period. Our fourth quarter is now sponsored by Zooms. We're proud to have David Allen and Zooms sponsoring us again this year.
Zooms has been sponsoring us for quite a while, haven't they, Mike?
Yes, indeed. Zooms supports the student athletes in Hampton City Schools. And then by Eric Thompson, Realtor with William E. Wood. Eric is a Hampton City School alumni, by the way, Hampton High School. State championship in wrestling, I believe.
His mother works at our school in the office.
Absolutely. Eric will help sell your home or help you find that perfect new home. And also by Subway, 1807 East Pembroke Avenue, as they have been along with us for a couple of years now and do a great job. And also in part by Parkline Wood Funeral. Parkline Wood Funeral Home located at Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. For info, call 827-4670 and ask for Nancy Staten, who is the manager there. That organization has been helping us along here with WHCS Channel 46 now for some years and have done a great job.
Great job. Nancy Staten and her husband, Ron. You just missed that play there. Almost intercepted by the Phantoms on a little flare pass.
We have a second down and 10 now. Ball sitting at the Phantoms' 38-yard line, with the exception of the one drive that they ended up with a field goal on. This is Kecoughtan's deepest penetration. Peoples on a handoff up the middle to number 1. That's Shepard as he gets all the way down inside the 25 to about the 23.
And I think that's the deepest that the Warriors have gotten into Phantom territory. Here's your replay.
That's a 15-yard scamper right there. 15 yards on that play. Ooh, did he have a hold of his helmet?
Whoa. It was a clean one, but it was up high.
15 yards on the run. 1st and 10 now for the Warriors at the 22.
Be nice if the Warriors could get another score just to give them some sort of momentum here in the game.
There's a handoff again. No, he's a keeper
this time.
He's going to pick up about 10 yards on a sweep to the left.
I think he's going to end up just shy of a first down there on the far side of the field.
Great run by Peoples there as he faked the handoff to Shepard up the middle.
Well, they gave him a little bit more than I thought they would there. Here's the replay.
1st and 10. Ball's down inside the 12-yard line.
That's how he got that first down. I was watching the back. He dove there and got that first down. Nice little dive.
1st and 10 at 12. Their deepest penetration of the game. Here, as we are at the very beginnings of the 4th period of play, there's Shepard with a handoff off the left side. He spins and gets inside the 5, down to about the 4.
He's trying to get every little piece of extra yardage he can, spinning and turning and twisting over there.
Looks like he picks up about 7 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Nathaniel Motley, number 8, along with our young man Haroon Brown, number 32.
Ball is on the 4-yard line. They can, by the way, get a first down to the 1.
Haroon Brown doing a good job both ways. Plenty of yardage as a running back. He's in on a lot of tackles on defense, Mike.
Peoples under center again. Takes the snap. Hands the ball off again to Shepard, and he goes
he's in
for the touchdown. So the Kecoughtan Warriors have struck here in the early parts of the 4th quarter as Shepard has done a great job moving the ball along with Mr. Peoples.
Here's the replay on there. You'll see him give the quick give to Shepard. He busts through the line. He's almost brought down at the line, and he just carries the defender into the end zone with him.
Nice spin move. Alejandro now will attempt the extra point out of the hold of number 2, Earl Peoples. A little bit of a low snap. The kick is up and plenty of height and good.
So 10:07 left in this game here at Darling Stadium. The score now, Phoebus 33 and Kecoughtan 10. You're watching WHCS Channel 46, where you're going to get all the sports you're going to get. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe and the great WHCS Channel 46 production crew. On the cameras, Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Bateman, and Steve Fryer. One of the best camera crews you can find. We've got the crane camera down on the field. That's handled by Jeremy Ferries and Monique Bird. Our graphics and animation It's kind of like cartoons, right? Animation, cartoons. That's a perfect thing for him, isn't it? Andy Foley. Andy Foley, our graphics man.
That's 15 cents.
Slow motion instant replay. And I tell you what, Mike Nowinski does a super job of slow-mo and replays. We get all the plays that we need to see. Sarah Miles, our camera control operator out there. Renee Camder, our production assistant. Our audio and chief engineer, Don Sheros. He's always telling us what to do and when to do it, and we do what he says. And the big man, the boss, the director, the producer of WHCS Channel 46, Mr. Scotty Bowers. Scotty Bowers. Every now and then, Scotty will come through with some great information for us, and he'll also tell us, can't do this.
Well, here's Alejandro kicking off now, and it's bobbled there at the 15, picked up at the 16.
Ooh. And the last two people on our crew, Brent Musgrove and Bob Killen. Brent Musgrove, our statistician, along with Bob Killen. They're sitting to my left and doing a fantastic job also. Feeding us all the information and number.
Desmond Barnes on the carry there. Yeah, Brent did a great job on those interviews of the coaches earlier. By the way, we still have to pick player of the game today, and it's the shirts that we give away to each team is provided by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 11839 number B, Cannon Boulevard in the Oyster Point, Newport News area. Your one-stop sports headquarters for screen printing, embroidery, uniforms, and apparel. Call 594-0411 and talk to David Chubb or Terry McNamara. Great job there.
The handoff went to Mathis, but we had a whistle before anything could really develop, so we'll see what's going on here.
Those guys over at Tidewater Team Sports have been sponsoring our player of the game with the T-shirts and recognition that we do for the last few years now, and they've done a great job. And if you need anything in the way of embroidery, T-shirts, and that type of stuff, uniforms or whatever, go talk to those two gentlemen, and they'll help you out.
Tidewater Team Sports. And, Mike, that was an inadvertent flag. We had a whistle, stopped the play. They went over and waved it off, inadvertent flag.
So we have our first inadvertent flag of the year.
First inadvertent flag of the year.
All righty. First to 10 now for the Phantoms. I really didn't
want to throw this, but I did anyway.
Yeah, well, as long as nobody got hurt, that's all that worries about it. We have a new quarterback in now for the Phantoms. That's no, it's not. He's the same one. Todd Boyd. Mathis on the carry.
In on the stop for the Kecoughtan Warriors, along with some others, number 44, and that would be Adam Pittman.
Pickup of about 3 yards on the play. Second down and a long 7 now for the Phantoms.
Well, Mike, I've got a player in mind already for Phoebus. I'm still.
You do?
Trying to taking a look here at
like we got a timeout being called.
Timeout on the field with 9:10 to go in the game. Phoebus 33, Kecoughtan 10, WHCS Channel 46, where you get all the sports you're going to get. Mike Hauser, Paul Rowe.
A couple other guys sitting over there have been helping us out all night.
Right to my left, the man of the hour on the field.
And that
does the interviews before the game.
Well,
Brent
Musgrove. He joined us a couple years ago, starting off with the stats, and we worked him into taking care of the stuff down on the field for us during the pregame interviews, and did a great job. Excellent.
Asks the key questions and gets the key answers.
Brent works with me during basketball seasons. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to basketball, and he does the interviews there, and he did a pretty good job there too. That's one of the reasons why I thought it was a good idea to use him here. He's very good. And also one of the key factors here with Brent is he is the gentleman that's been going around and taking care of getting all our information for our lineups and our rosters and stuff like that. He's a very busy man. He's an ex-police officer here in the city, and he does a great job. There's a little swing pass over the middle from Boyd to that is that number 7 Givers. So great play on that one as Givers picks up a lot of yards in the first down.
Looks like Charles Chivas, number 6, was in on that. He's limping a little bit as he gets up. There's the first hit. I can't catch the number on that young man. Might be number 8 again, Todd Milliner.
Yeah. Handoff is to number 27, That is our good buddy, Mr. Dennis Mathis, as he's had a tremendous night. He's very close to 200 yards, by the way.
Yes, he is. Earl Peoples, the quarterback and defensive player for the Kecoughtan Warriors, got in there to make that stop.
Well, we got our player for the game with Phoebus, and we'll let everybody know who that is later on.
Yep.
But we have to pick one for Kecoughtan.
We're working on the one for Kecoughtan.
And this one was a definite. We already knew that. As far as Kecoughtan is concerned, it could be spread out. All in all, considering what's happened here. There's a handoff again to looks like a keeper by Boyd there. We're sitting here working on our sheet. That's good enough for another first down for the Phantoms, all the way down to the Kecoughtan 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's a replay as I believe Boyd carried it, kept it, and he did. He swings it up to the right and
keeper there.
Takes off running, good enough for a first down. What do you think?
That's a good possibility. Looks pretty good from this end.
Done deal.
Done deal. Put him in the book.
We have a timeout. Kecoughtan.
So Kecoughtan calls a timeout with
8:08 left in the game at Darling Stadium. The score 33-10. The Phoebus Phantoms over the Kecoughtan Warriors. You're watching a rebroadcast here on WHCS Channel 46, where you get all the sports we're going to give you: football, basketball, baseball, and softball. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe.
Hello, Paul. How are you today?
I'm fine, Mike. How are you?
I'm glad to meet you. And I'll tell you what, this is a young man. This is the gentleman that I started working with, 2 years ago in baseball? 2 years ago
in baseball.
And when we first got together playing, announcing the baseball games here in the district,
all our secrets.
we were both kind of a little skittish. By the time the third game came along, we were in pretty good sync. But this past year, nothing could beat the past year, buddy.
We had a great year.
You've heard of the singing cowboy.
Year.
We've got the singing teacher here. You do a great job. I enjoy very much doing your games.
I enjoy calling the games with you. It's always fun coming up here and watching games and talking with you, and all the help we get from Mr. Musgrove and Mr. Killen over here makes our job a lot easier.
Here's a handoff to Mathis over the right side. Great defense by the Warriors that time as he's bottled up and loses about 3 yards on the play.
Was that? I want to see who that was. I couldn't tell whether that was the Warriors' number 7.
I believe that's who it was. That was number 8, Todd Milner, that got that one,
Todd
I believe.
Milner. Yeah, I keep saying Todd Milner, but it looks like it's Miliner.
Milner, okay.
Oh, who's that right there? Who's that?
That's the
Warrior coaches right there.
Coaching staff. There's Tim, our clock keeper, and there's Bob Killen.
Wait, Bob. There's
you had your
Musgrove.
chance. You guys had your chance. You were on TV.
Oh, there's my dinner right there.
Oh.
Chick-fil-A.
Here we go. Second down and about 13. Boyd back to pass, being flushed out of the pocket. Passes a little bit off target to Haroon Brown. Incomplete. Be a third down and about 13 now.
Defending on the play for the Warriors, number 7, William Tate, along with number 8, Todd Milner. There's your scoreboard, 33-10. Phoebus, the home team.
And it is
Warriors
7 minutes and 18 seconds.
Hey, he can see it. He can see it. Mike Hauser,
hey, I've done a great job this half.
You have. He had LASIK surgery here. Was it 2 weeks ago?
A week ago.
A week ago.
It was a week ago yesterday.
And he's trying to get acclimated to seeing without using glasses for his distance.
Let me tell you something.
There he is right there,
I have
folks.
to wear glasses to read, but when
the new mic.
When I have worn glasses for 50 years and I don't have to wear it anymore, man, what a shock that is to my system. What have we got here?
Mathis gets the call. He goes to the right side.
Looks like he gets back about to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Here's a replay on this. See a little flip pass out there to Mathis, and they're right there.
Gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Derek Mayo, that nice young man.
Let's give you a few stats here. Mathis, 21 carries, 172 yards, and a touchdown. Brown, 15 carries, 67 yards, and 3 scores.
3 touchdowns.
Boyd has passed 3 of 9, two interceptions, and 62 yards. That is correct.
Not bad for a sophomore quarterback. And here he is looking for pass again. He's got a man open.
It was complete, but unfortunately he went down. That was number 2, Desmond Barnes, as he kind of Or was it number 7? It was number 7. I'm sorry, Given.
Yeah.
As he caught the ball, he kind of, slipped and went right straight down. It was one of those plays, but that was a 4th down play.
Yep.
So they turned the ball over on downs, and the Kecoughtan Warriors will take over on the 35. Plenty of time for them to get another score in here. So if they can work their way down the field like they did the last time they had the ball and get a score and make it a little bit more presentable.
Bit closer. And, Kecoughtan, even though they're a little bit on the small side, they've got the speed.
Well, this is a team that's young. They're small, but I'm going to tell you something. They're not going to give up. Oh, that was a fumble. The ball runner actually went past the quarterback, number 2, Earl Peoples, before he actually came out of there, but they got lucky and got the ball back.
Kept the ball.
Ball was recovered by number 55, who is Chris. Is it Leafu?
I'll let you try to pronounce it.
Leafu? We apologize profusely of not being able to actually pronounce this young man's name, but we will definitely find out.
Here's the replay.
Got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually gained about a foot or two. We'll call it 2nd and 9 now. Peoples is under center. Hands the ball off quickly. No, he keeps it.
Keeps it. Couldn't. Gives it to number 10.
Yep. Hand it off to Mayo. Mayo gets outside of the 40. Looks like he gains about maybe 5.
Really salvaged that play there, Mike.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 from the 40.
Warriors pick up 5 on the play.
Kecoughtan trying to make a move down the field here. Last time they had the ball, they scored.
I was getting ready to say we haven't seen a delay a game penalty, but it's not looking too good on this one.
They're moving kind of slow right here for some reason.
I think this is the first time in the entire game that either team has even had a close. They may just go ahead and let it go.
Nah, they can't. That's way too much time.
I was waiting to see which referee threw the flag.
I don't think they quite threw one, did they?
I don't see a flag. It's got to be a delay.
Delay of game.
It took them forever to get that off.
Still 3rd down.
So that 5-yard penalty will move them back to the original line of scrimmage of the 35. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 now. That certainly changes the play from a 3rd and 5 to a 3rd and 10.
A little bit longer, I'd say. Stating the obvious.
So People sets up under center. See what happens here.
I say he's going to go in the air.
Drops back again, and he's going to throw.
Well, he's going to try.
Well,
he's going to try. Looks like number 7 for the Phoebus Phantoms.
Givens got in there fast.
Landon Givens.
Never even gave the young man time to throw the ball. So I'll
watch this replay. Peoples tries to get up and throw, and look at that.
Did you see Givens go over
left
top?
His feet
to go over the block. To go over the block.
I believe he'd have knocked that pass down if he'd have thrown it.
And there's another flag. Alejandro now into punt. Come on, gentlemen, let's get this game going. And we got an illegal substitution call here against the Warriors. Must have broke the huddle with 12. Let's let our referee tell us.
I have a dead ball, illegal substitution on the offense, 12 men on the field, still 4th down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
very much. So Alejandro again back to punt. Looks like the Phantoms are not going to drop anybody really deep for this because, tell you what, in all honesty, Kecoughtan's had a hard time keeping the Phantoms line from getting to the kicker. And this time they let him kick it. It's short. Taken by number 84 on the fly.
Right
That's
at the
Evans.
50.
And the punt goes to the 50, so that is a 23-yard punt. Phantoms take over 1st and 10 right at midfield.
4:36 left in the game. Phoebus 33, Kecoughtan 10. You're at Darling Stadium.
And the date is?
The date is September the 15th. You're watching WHCS, Channel 46. Mike Hauser along with Paul Rowe. Brent Musgrove, and Bob Killen. We're up in the booth as we open our season on Peninsula District football here at Darling Stadium, Phoebus and Kecoughtan.
Next Friday night, we have a game right here. I believe it's the Crabbers of Hampton taking on. That's Mathis again, by the way, on a carry. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8 out to the Kecoughtan 42-yard line.
I believe it's Bethel they play, isn't it? Yep, Bethel. Hampton and Bethel.
Hampton and Bethel next Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff. Is it week after next?
Might be week after next. Let me check.
Looks like we're off next week.
We're off. How about that?
How about that?
September 29th. That's correct.
Thank you.
That was Scotty Bowers letting us know that it was not next week. It's the following week.
Hey, we ought to go on vacation.
We ought to go on vacation.
I didn't mean it that way.
Come a little bit closer.
There's a handoff to Mathis right up the middle. Gets through about 3 blocks and picks up big yardage.
Anthony Dorsey finally corrals him.
21 yards on that carry. Here's a replay as you'll notice him break 1, 2, 3, 4. It took 5 guys to get him down finally.
He's pretty close to 200 yards.
Oh, he's got to be over that. He got 20.
First and 10 from the 21 for the Phantoms.
2:08.
2:08, we're being told by Brent
When we
Musgrove.
get down to about a minute or 2 minutes left in the game, we will announce our players of the game, which we, by the way, have already picked.
That's correct.
And I believe that these players are well-deserved. We'll let you know here shortly. There's a quick handoff up the middle to Haroon Brown as he picks up.
There's our cameraman there.
He's going to pick up about 3 down to the 18-yard line. Second down and 7 now for the Phoebus Phantoms.
Phoebus crowd excited and happy as their Phantoms are leading 33-10. If the game continues in this vein, it will be the second win of the season for the Phantoms. It'll even Kecoughtan's record at 1-1.
Here's Boyd on a sweep to the right side. He keeps the ball and is brought down inside or just outside. Let's see, inside the 15.
Looks like another first down.
Down
where they mark
near the 11-yard line. Let's see where they mark it.
We'll see it. I think he might have got the first down.
Well, if he got the first down, it's a 7-yard pickup. That's what they're looking at now to see if he got it. And that's...
He did.
Oh, yeah, they marked the ball inside the 10.
Yep.
There was no question. First and goal.
For the Phantoms, looking to add another 6 points to their 33.
Took the field crew over there a little while to put the markers down. And
well, they wanted to be safe.
First and goal right inside the 10-yard line. Oh, he slips backwards. That was an unusual looking play. Mathis was on the carry. Looks like he's going to pick up maybe a yard.
Hello, Kevin Davis. He's one of the assistant principals over at Phoebus High School.
You know, it's amazing how people, when they walk by and they know the camera's on, they just turn their head and look the other way. Second down and goal at the 9. Our camera operator down there, Mr. Ron Baton.
Our what do you call it? The cam crowd. Crowd cam. Or cam crowd.
Cam crowd, whichever way you look at it. Hey, we come up with all kinds of names here. As there was a picture of our Mr. Bill D. Here's Boyd on a keeper inside the 5, down near the goal line. I believe they're going to probably mark it around the 1.
I think
he is short of the goal line.
A little before that, but I think they're going to put it right there at the goal line. Let's watch this. We got a player down. We'll find out who that is in a minute. Here's Boyd on the keeper.
Well, I'm waiting to see where they're going to mark it.
Stretches out right here, and see the knees down way back there.
Yeah, there's where he got clipped by the.
And I'm going to be surprised.
He's hurting turkey.
That leg,
his leg. This young man's leg got his leg.
You ready to do it?
Watch the replay. Right at the very end, he gets a shoulder pad right on the side of the knee.
Ooh, look at this.
In the shin.
Kind of twisted the leg.
This one is not going to be a good one. It doesn't look like. They are really working on him.
You can see the leg actually twist right here where the shoulder gets. See how the leg turns in and the foot stays the other way. It twisted and he pushes it. You can see his shoulder driving the leg through at the same time. So I hope he's going to be okay. Trying to find out who he is.
It looks like it might be number 5, Anthony Dorsey, but I can't guarantee it. And we'll go ahead and announce the players of the game. As here we go. Players of the game for the Phoebus Phantoms. Dennis Mathis, by the way, 208 yards plus. And for the Phoebus Phantoms, Isaiah Shepard for the Kecoughtan Warriors played a great game. He had a touchdown and did a very good job. But I tell you somebody else that really needs a little bit of recognition, and that's the running mate by Mathis, and that's Haroon Brown. The young man had near 70 yards, but he scored 3 touchdowns, and the night is not quite over. There's still a minute and 20 seconds or so.
I don't like seeing.
Well, and guys, the replay of the game, the replay of the specific play we're referring to, it shows very clearly.
And folks, it's not that we're trying to. You hate to see players get hurt,
but if it's not a knee, it's definitely his ankle.
I think they're going to take some precautions here. They're going to bring the medical squad onto the field. They'll probably take him to get it checked out. You hate to see these players get hurt. They're usually in very good shape, and this young man I know is in great shape. But accidents like this can happen. It is a game of football. Let's just hope it's going to be a short-term type injury that's not going to affect his play the rest of the season. Still trying to figure out who do we think it was. We thought it was.
I thought it was number 5.
I thought it was number 5, but we're trying to find out.
We're not sure. When they showed the replay, the number was kind of blurred out a little bit.
And fortunately, Mike, we're not live here. We're doing a rebroadcast, so it's not like we're scaring anybody here or anything.
I'm looking to see if number 5 is on the sidelines.
Getting back to Haroon Brown,
and I do not see it, so it's got to be number.
We're getting word that it is number 5, and that would be Anthony Dorsey of the Kecoughtan Warriors. Dorsey, a 5'7", 160-pound wide receiver and defensive back. Dorsey is a 9th grader, just a freshman.
Hey, he's been in an awful lot of plays tonight, too.
He really has. I didn't realize he was a freshman.
He's played very well tonight.
And there's a healthy young little man right there.
And he will be one of our next Phoebus Phantoms. One of these days.
He's eating. I'm going to join him. I'm hungry. Redskin fan. Oh, no. Get that jacket off of him. Good gracious.
Well, we've got a minute and...
1 minute 26 left in the game. And we're going to have a little bit of a break here, ladies and gentlemen. Might want to just take a little opportunity here. We have a new coach for the Kecoughtan Warriors. We've talked about him a few times today. Brent Musgrove interviewed him. That
was a great job,
too. He might have interviewed him, too. I don't know. Interviewed him before the game. Coach Tidwell from Nashville, Tennessee, graduated out of the University of Alabama. He's been married. His wife is Kristen. She works at Bethel's athletic director, and they have a little daughter, Finley, 8 months old. I got an opportunity to speak with Coach Tidwell and ask him a few questions. One of the questions I asked him was, as a coach, did he model himself after somebody, or did he learn from his own experiences? And I got an interesting answer from him, Mike.
Probably a little bit of both.
Well, actually, no. He tries to model himself after his own high school coach, and that was Warren Dunn. Warren Dunn, as his coach, passed away of cancer after his senior year. And Coach Tidwell still remembers the way that his coach fought every day against this terrible disease. Even when he didn't feel well, he'd come out on the field and coach them after his chemotherapy. And this instilled some motivation into Mr. Glenn Tidwell, and this is who he models himself after. Coach Tidwell, as we know, coached at Woodside High as a defensive coordinator. His basic coaching philosophy is to be physical up front on offense, run the football, wear your opponent down, and defensively be physical up front and use the speed he has on the Warriors to run the football.
Well, one of the things that Woodside was known for, so to speak, was their defense.
And it won't surprise you to say when I asked him, do you consider yourself an offensive and defensive coach? Guess what he said?
Probably offensive.
Defensive coach.
Okay.
Definitely.
But you know, and that's probably basically correct, because the simple fact is that over the past 3, 4, 5 years, Woodside's strength has definitely been their defense.
Yes.
I mean, they've taken second or third in the district a couple times, and it's been primarily because of their defense. They've struggled at Woodside for years offensively, and so most of the time that they've had their success has been carried over by the defense. So Tidwell did a very good job there, and that was probably a very instrumental decision that was made in regards to the fact that he was hired as the head coach. I mean, the young man knows how to play defense. He's young. He can relate to the young kids.
Speaking of young kids, there we have one right there.
Yep.
Hello.
And he's actually smiling.
He's got big, beautiful blue eyes.
Still working on our young man down there.
Blue eyes.
It's like
look at me lonely.
Our paramedic crew is putting a cast or air cast on his leg. And that is, by the way, number 5. I can now see his number. And that young man, we'll just verify it, Scotty, that's all.
We certainly hope that Anthony Dorsey is going to be okay. Hate to see anybody taken off the field on a stretcher like this.
When play starts again, we'll have a 3rd down and goal with the ball sitting right on the 1-yard line for the Phantoms. Again, our players of the game is Mr. Mathis from the Phantoms and
Mr. Isaiah Shepard from the Kecoughtan Warriors. There they are up on the screen. Great graphics by Andy Foley.
And again, those shirts that will be given to these players of the games were provided by Tidewater Team Sports, located at 1118 11839B Cannon Boulevard in Oyster Point, Newport News. Again, the two gentlemen to talk to there is, or would be,
is
David Chubb and Terry McNamara. They great guys.
Well, all our sponsors are Zooms, Subway.
We'll tell everybody those here shortly.
Yeah, they're all good.
So those are our players of the game as we are getting ready to resume play here as they start the clock with 1:23 now. 1-yard line. 3rd down and goal for the Phantoms.
I'm going to make a prediction here.
Do you think it's Mathis or Boyd? Do you think Haroon Brown will get number 4?
4th touchdown.
Well, let's see. That's looks like they're split back there. No, Boyd on the keeper.
Oh, look at this.
And he's just basically going to walk in after getting stopped in his tracks right at the line. He bounces off and heads to the right side and goes in and scores very easily as the Phantoms score again and extend it. Watch him hit the line, and there was no place to go.
He stopped cold and just keeps his feet moving.
Kecoughtan did a great job plugging the middle up, but they forgot to cover the outside. It's now 39-10 as the Phantoms are rolling in to kick the extra point.
Matt Cole
out of the hold of Boyd. Snap. Ball's down and the kick. Oh, it almost got blocked. How did it not get blocked? And it's good. I can't believe that ball didn't get blocked. But
tell you what, I think he made 2 field goals on that, right through the arms of the defender coming in and through the post.
There's Susan Bowers sitting up there. Wave, Susan.
I tell you what, it's
40-10 now.
Working with this crew. It is a tremendous pleasure.
So as Phoebus with 1:03 to go in the 4th period, or in the game, up 40-10. There's the extra point.
Right through the defender's arms. Look at that.
He is stretched out, face first, both hands stretched right out, and the ball went right between his arms.
Phoebus Phantoms 40, Kecoughtan Warriors 10. You are watching WHCS Channel 46. We're at Darling Stadium. And you're getting the opening football game of the Peninsula District for our year.
Well, the Phoebus Phantoms will improve to 2-0, and the Kecoughtan Warriors drop to 1-1 on the season. Kecoughtan's got a promising year. They got a lot of speed, a lot of youth. It's a new coach, new coaching staff, new philosophy. The young kids will relate to the new coach.
Yes, and I hope you get a chance to meet him. I got to meet him and talk to him. I really like him. I really like him.
Well, I will. We'll go down and chat with him.
He's got a great head on him. He knows what he's doing, where he's going. He's got a good philosophy.
There's the kickoff.
And he's going to cover that one up.
Cover that one, yeah. That was number 3, Alex Rogers, covering the ball.
And, Mike, while they're changing here, we might not get another chance. One more time, I can't mention their names enough. Our production crew on the cameras, Nate Braxton, Susan Bowers, Ron Bateman, Steve Fryer. On the crane and camera, Jeremy Ferries and Monique Bird. Our graphics and animation guru, Andy Foley.
Another 15 cents.
On the slow motion instant replay, doing a fabulous job, Mike Nowinski.
Mike's done a good job. He's a nice guy.
Hey, we couldn't live without those. Our camera control operator, Miss Sarah Myers. Production assistant, Renee Camden. Audio and chief engineer, Don Schraus. And the director and producer, the man himself, the myth, the legend, Scotty Bowers.
People's on a snap. Back to throw, being flushed out of the pocket, almost pulled down. Cuts inside and gets hammered and gets back to the line, and that's about it.
It was, hello, my name is, and I'll tell you his name in just a minute. My name is Levante Battle. My name's Levante Battle. Nice to meet you. Number 35.
He's sitting over there saying, come see me, come see me, come see me.
Hello.
Goodbye. Second down and just over 9 at the 25-yard line. As the clock continues to run, we're down to 24.
Beat you on one. And just so I'll get it in, my partner over here, Mike Hauser. I'm Paul Rowe. Right over here, Brett Musberg. Brett Musberg. I've wanted to call him that all night long.
Brett Musgrove
and Bob Killen. We're up in the booth, and we're going to be here all year bringing you the football games.
Well, that'll pretty much do it, I think. I don't believe they're going to get another score off.
Well, we don't have any time up on the board, so if the referee picks the ball up and calls it, which is just done, that's going to be it.
Yeah, the final score here at Darlin Stadium, our first game of the year, 2006. The Phoebus Phantoms 40 and the Kecoughtan Warriors 10.
Mike, we're off to a new year.
Absolutely. Great job tonight, everybody, including the crew. Want to wish everybody a happy weekend, and we will see you in a couple of weeks where we will be back here with the Hampton Crabbers at the Bethel Bruins.
September 29th, and the sponsors are?
Tonight's game sponsored by Zoom's convenience stores and locations throughout the area. And by Subway, 1807 East Pembroke Avenue. Great subs. Go in, go get some food there because those people really treat us good. And by Eric Thompson, Realtor. Give Eric a call. He'll help you sell it or he'll help you buy one. And in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home. I'll get it out. 827-4670. Good night, everybody, from Darlin Stadium. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Paul Rowe along with Mike Hauser. Good night.